Good evening, everybody, and we welcome you to Hafer Field in Spirit Lake, getting set for Spirit Lake and Forest City in week number 2 of Iowa high school football. With Clyde Erkey, I'm Jason Jacobs, and Tim Soper is running video tonight on ExploreKaboji.com, at ExploreKaboji on YouTube, or on the free CF video channel if you have a Roku or Amazon Fire Stick at home, or good old-fashioned 103.9 FM, KUOO.
What? Regular radio?
It still works. I've been out of it for a few weeks, but I've been told it still works.
Yeah, but Tim's here to do the rest of it.
Tim handles the rest of it, the really important technical stuff.
That's right.
Us old guys just sit here and do the radio end of it. We're excited for another night of high school football and a home opener tonight here for Clyde.
Yep.
For a Spirit Lake football team that has to feel pretty good coming out of a nice win against a good Spencer squad.
Well, a very big Spencer squad that manhandled them in the first half.
Yes.
You know, that line play in the first half, you watch that or listen to it with us, and Spencer just dominated that whole game. But then at halftime, and it's funny because, you know, the postgame, I asked Coach Beloit, what adjustments? He says, you always ask me about adjustments. He says, no, what they did is the kids executed the game plan that we had. And that was excellent, you know, and that's what they have to do. A young squad for the Spirit Lake bunch, and they come out here, and, of course, they had first game jitters, I'm sure, and then decided, okay, we're going to play. And Bodie Higgins, a sophomore,
he came to play in that second half.
He came to play in the second half. And how about Cade Luntz? Excellent throw that was really kind of a changer that kept things going in that second half for Spirit Lake, and a great catch by Tyler Voss.
The one thing I think both of those teams felt like they could improve upon coming out of that one was special teams. A little dicey for week 1. However, a lot of time to correct things. Spirit Lake last week getting the 27-16 win on the road at Class 4A Spencer. Now back down into Class 2A, taking on a Forest City squad that they've played many a times in non-district play. They're 1-0 on the year, a 46-6 win against Lake Mills at home. You know, last year I kind of go back to it, and I don't want to take anything away from Forest City because I think they're a better Forest City team than a year ago. But last year they were ranked when we went over there to Forest City, and we thought this could be interesting. And then Spirit Lake really laid it on them. We'll have to see what happens here tonight. I did recognize several names from this Forest City squad from last year, though. So
yeah, and you know, they've always – Forest City's always seemed to come to where they split it up 50-50 on the run passing. And they love the speedsters on the outside, and they love the tight end going across the middle. They've always had that, so that's what Spirit Lake's got to watch for. They got to make sure that coverage is there for them this year.
Last week, Andy Olson rushed for 157 yards for Forest City. Kellen Moore had 56 yards receiving. Spirit Lake last week, Bodie Higgins, 238 yards. And, you know, Spirit Lake has, I don't know if I want to use the word running back by committee in previous seasons, but they've had multiple guys that they've really featured heavily. Last week, it was very much Bodie Higgins. He definitely took advantage of the opportunity as a young sophomore. Our pregame show here on KUOO and Explore Kaboji Live Video is brought to you by Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake. They're online at lakeshealth.org. We're going to hear from both of the head coaches, Chad Moore for Forest City and Josh Beloit for Spirit Lake. The coach is coming up in 30 seconds on KUOO and ExploreKaboji.com.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
It's our pregame show. It's brought to you by Lakes Regional Healthcare. Spirit Lake head football coach Josh Beloit joins us. Coach, thanks for your time.
Thanks for the interview.
Well, let's talk about last week, a nice win on the road at Spencer, and I want to start with the defense. I thought the defense played really, really good, especially in the red zone.
Yeah, I thought we did a really good job playing physical up front. You know, the first drive, they were able to get an explosive play and score. I think after that, we picked up the speed of the game. We fit better defensively. Thought we tackled well. I thought we got a lot of guys to the ball. And, I was pleased with how we continued to improve as the game went on. And so it was a good defensive effort that way.
Offensively, kind of took a half to really kind of get things going. But once you did, that run game was very explosive.
Yeah, so much so. It's hard to get in a rhythm when you play Spencer. You know, they had the ball a lot in the first half, so we weren't able to have a ton of attempts in the first half. But I really felt like in that first drive of the second half, really thought we got some rhythm and tempo going. I thought we started to kind of take over the line of scrimmage a little bit better. And just did a great job of creating some run lanes, and we're able to really kind of control the ball a lot better in the second half. So.
And that's a good sign because I don't know how many teams you'll see that have as big of a line as Spencer's.
No, Spencer's a physical team. They're good up front. I felt like their linebackers played downhill well, too, and they were packing the box. And, no, I think Spencer was a good team. It was a good opportunity for us to see how we match up physically against a physical team, and I think you're right. I don't know if we'll see as many teams as big as they are up front.
Your sophomore quarterback, Caden Lunt, got better as the game went on, I felt like, and I'm sure some of that was just a comfort level for him.
Yeah, we need to continue to try to find ways to get him rhythm with some completions early in the game. But, yeah, for a first game, and situationally, that big throw he made to Tyler Voss, I thought he played fearless in the situations he was in. I thought he continued to get better as the game went on, and I think you'll continue to see growth from him where he makes good decisions with the ball. He'll take off running with it as well, and just excited to watch it develop and come along.
Let's talk about your opponent for this week in Forest City. Very familiar opponent with the Forest City Indians. And this has historically been a good game for your team, but tell me about the Forest City team. I know they got a win last week.
Yeah, they had a big win against Lake Mills last week. I feel like they're really pretty balanced offensively, throwing the ball and running the ball. Had some very explosive runs in their run game. Special teams, they had some explosive plays as well. Defensively, they were bringing a little bit more pressure this year, running a three-man front, 3-4, so they have 4 DBs. A little bit different look than we had last week. I feel like they're an improved team from last year, Forest City team, and it'll be a good test for us at home. In a game where maybe won't be as physical up front, but it'll be a more balanced game, running and throwing the ball, and so we'll have to make sure we're defending the whole field.
And you get to play a game at home and kick off the season on the home end of things, which has got to be fun as well.
Yeah, it's exciting. Our schedule's kind of weird. We have 4 home games now out of our next 5. But yeah, it's always awesome playing at home. First full week of school. And there's just great energy in the building that way. We had a home cross-country meet on Tuesday. We got our first home volleyball game next week. It's just fun to see the energy in the school when kids start to get to compete. Marching band will get their first opportunity to march on the home field, too, as well. So there's going to be a lot of great energy. We got to see our kids perform and do a lot of things. I'm excited about it.
Well, Coach, best of luck. Thanks so much for joining us here in the pregame show, and we'll chat with you afterwards, okay?
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
Spirit Lake head football coach Josh Beloit on the pregame show. It's sponsored care and more on the way with KUOO.
Farmers and ranchers take on so much risk. They have so many things out of their control. They want somebody to be there for them. They want the ability to take care of them when they're in need.
They see the value in what they're doing to rural agriculture. The support they have, the product they have, it's just first class. If you want to put it this way, I bleed green.
For C&B, we've always been about growth the right way. We got to be there with high integrity and have people know they can trust that we're behind them for the long term.
We are back on the Lakes Regional Healthcare pregame as we get ready for Spirit Lake and Forest City. And before we get to that matchup, let's bring in Forest City coach Chad Moore. And Chad, thank you so much for being with us.
No problem. Great to be here. Appreciate it.
You bet. And Chad, let's go back to last week, and you would take on Lake Mills, 46-6 victory. And let's talk about that game. Congratulations on Week 1 victory.
Yeah, I appreciate that. It was a good way to get out of the gate for the season and get started. And the kids played well, so it was a nice start for us.
And Chad, it looks like you got off to a quick start, obviously with the 46-6 victory, but looks like first quarter and then second quarter, halftime. Nice quick start to lead you to that victory.
Yeah, we were fortunate. We dictated field position, got a couple turnovers early, converted those over into points in that first quarter right away, and that kind of set the tone for the rest of the day. And that was, like I said, just a good way to get out of the gate. Got a big lead going into halftime, and then got the clock running, and game went pretty fast in the second half. So it was minimized on the plays, and it was a good start. We were happy with how we got out, but we've got to make some improvements this next week.
Let's talk a little bit about your roster for this year. Looks like a good mix of juniors and seniors in there, but then it looks like you also have some sophomores that are contributing.
Yeah, we've got some young guys that have definitely stepped into some roles, playing their first year of varsity. Ty Delvaux being one of our main ones, our quarterback. Had a nice first game, came out, managed things really well, just did a nice job with the football team. He's got some, older, experienced, skilled guys around him, and we got a few positions in the offensive line where we're filling in some holes from last year. But, they're growing, and we've got a few games we know here in the non-district to grow and develop and get a little bit better. So we want to see that improvement constantly over each week, and then as we grow with some of these teams and the talent and the film that's out there, just continue to develop and move forward with the younger talent. So we're, hopefully we're healthy and we're playing some of our best football towards the end and have an opportunity to maybe make some playoff runs.
Well, let's talk about your Week 2 opponent as you'll make the road trip over to Spirit Lake, and your thoughts on the Spirit Lake Indians and what you've seen with them.
We've been playing Spirit Lake pretty much since about 2011, off and on here. I think a few years that we've been off, but looks like putting up some points and just well-coached football team. They always give us a lot of fits, and we just kind of know the recipe that we always come in with, what we try to avoid, and make sure that we're trying to get those keys taken care of early on. It's always a great environment to play over in Spirit Lake. We really enjoy coming over there and enjoy the competition and the upgrade, obviously, with that, because Spirit Lake's a football team that's always seeking that state title. And, that's where we're striving to be, that kind of program, and have that kind of championship mindset all the time with our kids. And it's great for our kids to compete against that and see how that works all the time. So we really value those. Those are valuable lessons for us as we come over and play that game. So we really look forward to it. And, we're going to try and get our health back under control and come over and try and be as competitive as we can tonight.
Okay, sounds good. Chad, congratulations on that Week 1 victory and continued success throughout the season.
Appreciate it.
And that is Forest City head coach Chad Moore joining us on the pregame. Starting lineups in our kickoff coming up next on KUOO.
From major accidents to minor fender benders, Journey Collision Center in Spirit Lake is prepared to get you back on the road looking like new with their state-of-the-art equipment, computerized color matching system, and experienced auto body technicians. Journey Collision Repair in Spirit Lake.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
And we welcome you back here to Hafer Field in Spirit Lake. Thanks to the coaches for joining us on the pregame show from Lakes Regional Healthcare, online at lakeshealth.org. We're going to have our starting lineups on the way from Central Bank and Central Insurance, but first a 2-minute timeout for the national anthem. 2-minute time.
Okoboji Motor Company, we understand your vehicle represents a significant investment, and nobody knows your vehicle better than our certified experts, who bring on average 30 years experience in providing expert GM and Toyota service. We have the latest, most advanced equipment specifically designed for your vehicles. Express Lube and service hours are Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 336-1500 to service your vehicle.
Okoboji Motor Company. Driven to serve better. Driven to serve better.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Your Spirit Lake Hy-Vee is making lives easier, healthier, and happier. Check out Hy-Vee.com and find meal solutions, recipes, your weekly ad, and the latest edition of Seasons. Spirit Lake Hy-Vee is a proud supporter of all students, wishing them a good year academically and athletically.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm in Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
What does it mean to be on a team? It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest. Member FDIC.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
Back at Haferfield and Spirit Lake, getting set for Forest City and Spirit Lake in week number 2 of Iowa High School football non-district play here this evening. Let's get to the starting lineups. Again, thanks to our friends at Central Bank and Central Insurance. And Central Bank, they are there to make it happen for you. Spirit Lake offensively on the line, they'll go with Cale Queering, Ethan Carlson, Evan Beck, Josiah McQuan, and Owen Meerbeek. Receivers for the Indians, Drew Alger, Tyler Voss, Caden Hassel, and Justin Ham. Quarterback is Cade Lunt. He'll be handing off to Bodie Higgins, the running back for the Indians. Defensively for the Forest City Indians, they will go with a 4-3 front, and they'll have Tristan Bransoy, also TJ Weber, Colby Kretzinger, and Brock Good on the line. Linebackers are Sam Clausen, Andy Olson, Lucas Carney. And the defensive backs are Jack Thompson, Grant Woogie, Kellen Moore, and Vinton Feldman. Flipping the script for City offensively on the line, Trevor Seidel, TJ Weber, Brock Good, Christian Anderson, and Colby Kretzinger. Wide receivers are Corey Thorson, Jack Thompson, Kellen Moore is a wingback, and Jackson Archer. Running back is Andy Olson, and the signal caller for Forest City is Ty Dillevue. Spirit Lake defensively on the line, Gabe Poolman, Jake Wallin, and Tyler Voss. Linebackers, this week, Bodie Higgins will be in place of an injured Owen Lalumandir. And I've been looking for Owen there on the sideline, at least in his number 50 jersey, and there he is over there, and he is in the street pants
he's in civvies
and shoes, so that's not going to be a thing tonight. Bodie Higgins will start in place of him. Caleb Lee, Jake Cornwall, Justin Ham, Braden Teesfeld are the linebackers. Defensive backs are Drew Alger, Will Graves, and then we'll either see Joey Andres or Dylan Stecker. And Joey, I know, was nicked up a little bit earlier this week. Did sound like he practiced the latter part of the week, so could see either one of them at defensive back here this week for Spirit Lake offensively. And there you go. Starting lineups for tonight, again, thanks to Central Bank and Central Insurance. About 23 seconds before we'll kick off. Spirit Lake.
Yep, they won the toss.
They're going to kick to Forest City to start the ball game.
Spirit Lake's going to be left to right on your radio dial, north to south, to start this first quarter. Forest City will be receiving the ball in the south half of the field. Beautiful, beautiful evening. The field is excellent condition thanks to the Spirit Lake school staff, Chad Wheatley, Dave Dow.
They do a nice job.
Did a great job getting things painted up, cleaned up, looking really good. Randy Lorch is on that.
Kickoff at 7 o'clock. We are underway on KUOO and Explorer Kaboji Live Video, and into the end zone goes the kick from Justin Ham, and Forest City will start at their own 20-yard line with 12 minutes exactly on the clock here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and Spirit Lake's defense is going to come out. Spirit Lake's defense played exceptional, I thought, last week. Kept them in the game that first half.
Yeah, could have easily been a 2-touchdown lead for Spencer.
Tyler Voss kind of led the way. He had 11 individual tackles last week. Did a great job out there. Followed by Justin Ham with 8 tackles. Those are solo tackles.
So here comes Forest City, and Ty Dillevue, the quarterback, and he will hand it off to number 1. That is Robe Beery. And Robe will get a 3-yard gain up the left side on an end-around play.
He came from a long ways. He was on that far east side of the field, came from that slot position over there, went in motion, got the inside handoff real quick, and kind of strung it out. But Spirit Lake did a good job of following with him, and after 3 yards brought him down.
So 2nd and 7 from the 23 for Forest City, their own 23-yard line. A little bit of a breeze out of the north. It's a thankful breeze tonight.
Not feeling much up in here in the booth, but the stands are feeling it.
Yes, here's a throw on 2nd down, and it'll be a dump over the middle, and that is in very dangerous territory. Spirit Lake's Will Graves was there. He was the closest. It was thrown behind the intended receiver, which was Beery, and it'll be 3rd down coming up. That was a bit of a dangerous throw.
Yeah, he kind of floated that one. It was a lame,
kind of dunked it out
lame
there.
duck going up there, and Dillevue didn't have a whole lot on that one.
And I don't know if Dillevue thought he was going to turn around, or maybe there was a miscommunication there. 3rd down and 7 for Forest City at their own 23-yard line. 11:16 to go, first quarter.
Watch for the Spirit Lake defense to kind of pin their ears back right now. They know it's kind of a passing situation. See what they're going to do here. If they're going to, they're going to look for the pass.
3 receivers, and Dillevue will toss it out of bounds wisely as pressure was coming.
Yeah, he smartly, what they're going to do is they know Spirit Lake's going to bring a lot of pressure. So they're going to do a lot of run-outs with Dillevue. They're going to try and get him off to the right, off to the left. That time he got the snap, sprinted out to his left a little bit, looked downfield, nobody even close to being open. So he just wisely threw it away because the red jerseys were coming in a hurry.
Colby Krutzinger is the punter for Forest City, and he's about 12 yards back behind the line of scrimmage.
Standing about his own 10-yard line. Spirit Lake should get really good field position out of this.
And there's the punt, and you are right, Clyde, as it's going to bounce at the 47 and then bounce back, take a Spirit Lake bounce to Forest City territory at the Forest City 49. So excellent field position for Spirit Lake with 11:04 to go in the first quarter. No score between the Indians and the Indians.
Yeah, we got to call Forest City or Spirit Lake tonight.
Yep, death, taxes, and Indians win. We know that much tonight. So from the Forest City 49-yard line, Spirit Lake gets the ball 56 seconds into the ball game, and here is young sophomore quarterback Cade Lunt, and he will look to throw on first down, tosses it back. It's complete to Caden Hassel, and Hassel picks up 4 on first down to the 45-yard line as just a little float out to the right.
And you know, something different because all last week it was all dominantly run game for Spirit Lake. So they're going to mix it up a little bit, maybe try and get a few more of those short passes in. And that time Cade got it on to Caden Hassel.
Now they're going to hand it off to Higgins up the middle, and that's a huge hole at the middle. Down to the 36-yard line goes Bodie Higgins, and a 9-yard pickup and a first down.
Yeah, wide open, massive hole by that offensive line. And Cade Lunt handed it off to Bodie Higgins, and he didn't get touched till the backfield.
I think you're right, though, Clyde. Give that young quarterback as many snaps as you can here early in the season. Now Lunt will send a man in motion. That's Voss to the right side. He is going to force Forest City to jump. He managed to get Lucas Carney, who was trying to blitz there, and that's going to be 5 easy yards for Spirit Lake offensively. So down to the 31. And I don't know if our officials mic'd up tonight or not. We'll have to see. It'll be 1st and 5 after the 5-yard penalty. Under center is Lunt. He'll have 2 receivers to his right. In motion is Voss. And there's going to be movement there again.
Another one,
I don't know. And then again, it's encroachment on the defense. Forest City trying to time it out, I think. And not successfully. And that's going to be a first down.
I think so. It should, it should move the chains down to the
26. And so it'll be 1st and 10 Indians at the Forest City 26-yard line. Same formation.
Forest City trying to get that anticipation snap, and it's not working for them right now.
Now they'll hand off to Higgins. Higgins will avoid one defender down the left end, and he'll be drugged down after about a 2-3-yard gain.
Yeah, they're going to give him a little forward progress. Looks about like to the, I'm going to say 23, 24-yard line.
24, it looks like, a gain of a couple. And
Forest
that was
City,
good job of stretching it out.
Yeah, they did a great job of stretching that one out.
Sam Clausen helping things out. 2nd and 8. And they'll toss a little reverse action. Now Higgins will try to run back up the middle, and Forest City has this sniffed out. It's going to be a loss of a couple of yards. Nicely done by 89, Tristan Bransoy, but he had help as well. I believe that was Carney helping him out. So a loss of a couple.
Well, I tell you what happened on that one, JJ. Way too long to develop. It was slow in the backfield. Slow and deep in the backfield. So by the time Bodie Higgins had the ball, they saw, the Forest City defense saw and stayed home and said, hey, we're going to get in there and get him for a loss.
Here's 3rd and 10. And Lunt will toss over the middle. That's a nice completion down to the 16-yard line. He finds Caden Hassel, and he had to rifle that one in there.
And he did. He put that right on the numbers. Down low where only Caden could catch it.
And he moves the chains.
Moves it down to the 10-yard line?
16.
Yep.
16-yard. Well, they're going to say 15-yard line. So a gain of 11. And 1st and 10. So the Indians keep moving the chains. And they'll hand off to Higgins. A little bit of a delayed handoff, but there's a big hole right up the middle, and Higgins inside the 10-yard line as he nears another first down. He'll be about a yard or two short, it looks like.
Just a powerful, powerful runner.
Gain of, 7 down to the 8.
And, he's got some mass on him now, too, for a sophomore.
He's a big kid.
Big kid.
So here is 2nd down and 3 from the 8-yard line. Lunt fakes a handoff. Will throw towards the end zone and overthrowing the intended receiver that time, Tyler Voss.
Kind of airmailed that one out a little bit. Got a little bit too deep on that. Nice play, designed good. Tyler Voss had a step going to the corner, but he had to float that in perfectly, and he threw it out of the end zone. So incomplete pass for Cade Lunt.
3rd down and 3 coming up, but obviously a 4-down territory situation for Spirit Lake here.
Unless you kick field goal.
You could. You do have a solid field goal kicker in Ham. And they will look to just toss it right in the middle there. That's going to be Voss. Voss inside the 5. He's got a first down at the 2-yard line.
I love that play. They've been running outside. They've been throwing outside. And now they just do that little trickery. They fake it to Bodie Higgins going to the left. Cade Lunt pulls it back in. Tyler Voss coming on the inside,
just
down the line,
to him.
And he just does a quick shovel pass to him and gets it down to the 2-yard line.
First
Gain
and goal.
of 6.
And here we go on first down. It's Higgins, and he'll avoid some defenders. I think they're going to keep him out of the end zone. He'll get maybe a yard, it looks like.
Yeah, they're going to give him forward progress to the 1-yard line.
That was a good job by Forest City of bending but not breaking. As the ball goes to the 1, it'll be 2nd and goal from the 1 with 7:32 to go. First quarter, no score if you're just joining us.
The unfortunate thing is Forest City's defense has to do it 3 more times because now I think it is 4-down territory.
I would agree. 2nd and goal from the 1. Under center is Lunt. Higgins in the backfield by himself. And they will hand off to Higgins, and he'll use that big hole up the right side. Man, those guys up front pushing forward.
Back.
Josiah McQuan in particular made a nice little hole there. And that's going to be a 1-yard touchdown run for Higgins, and Spirit Lake's on the board first.
Just blew him back on this right side. I mean, Higgins didn't get touched until he was 2 yards into the end zone where McCowan was after he was doing the blocking.
Very nicely done. Here comes Justin Ham for the extra point. I don't know. It almost looks like they're going to maybe go for 2.
They are.
They are. And they're going to try to roll out, and then the defense has that sniffed up right away. They will tackle, and that wasn't Ham. That was actually Will Graves.
Yeah, Will Graves, yep. He plays a backup quarterback. He's also the snap holder. For extra points.
They did like the swinging gate style there, Clyde, and that just did not work out. But either way, it's 6-0 Spirit Lake with 7:12 to go here in the first quarter. Let's take a 30-second timeout if we could here. You're watching Explore Kaboji live video coverage and listening to Spirit Lake and Forest City on KUOO.
At United Community Bank, we're actively engaged in developing, strengthening, and energizing our communities by investing in people and their hopes and dreams for the future. Let us go to work for you, supporting your goals and helping you succeed. We look forward to being a part of your financial future. United Community Bank, with locations in Milford, Okoboji, Hartley, Ocheyedan, and Lake Park. Member FDIC.
United Community Bank, dedicated to your financial success.
We are back at Hafer Field in Spirit Lake on KUOO and Explore Kaboji live video with Clyde Erke. I'm Jason Jacobs. Thanks to Tim Stoper, the video engineer, and Michael Petska, our audio engineer. 6-0 Spirit Lake, 7:12 to go first quarter. Indians with a 12-play drive there. Coming,
I had 11, I think.
11-play drive.
11-play drive, went 3 minutes, 52 seconds, 49 yards. And Bodie Higgins taking it in from 1 yard out.
Here's the kickoff. It'll go into the end zone from Ham. And once again, Forest City will start at their own 20-yard line, trailing 6-0. No time coming off the clock there.
Well, impressive drive to start the game for that Spirit Lake offense. I thought the line play was exceptional again. Big holes out there, especially running between guard or tackle and tackle. They were moving them around. If they tried spreading it out a little bit, it was a little bit less effective, but they're still getting 2-3 yards even when they spread it out. And nice throw by Cade Lunt on that first down to Caden Hassel.
1st and 10 for Forest City. And in the shotgun is Dillevue. And he'll hand off, and not a lot of running room for Andy Olson.
Yeah.
He's going to get the line of scrimmage, but no more.
That's generous. He'll get back there, but he was hitting the backfield, fell forward to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Again, we're on Explore Kaboji Live Video. That means we're live at ExploreKaboji.com under the Sports tab. We're at Explore Kaboji on YouTube. Or if you've got a CF Video channel on Roku or Amazon Fire Stick, that's our free channel, CF Video, the letters CF and Video. Just download that for free, and you can watch any of the games live or on demand.
Jake Cornwall on the stop on that last one coming from his linebacker position. And you're going to hear that a lot with these 5 linebackers and 3 down linemen.
2nd and 10. And this is taking a little time to develop, and Dillevue is in trouble. And he is sacked at the 15-yard line. I don't even know if he was meaning to pass.
I don't know what he was meaning to do. There was total mix-up there.
Total chaos.
And by the time he turned to start running away, Gabe Pullman was there because there was 3 or 4 red jerseys getting ready to collapse on him anyway. Just a total broken play on that one.
I'm going to take the opportunity to call it a McKean's Pub and Grill sack.
I would, yep.
And somebody's going to win a free cheeseburger basket from McKean's in Spirit Lake. All you got to do is sign up at ExploreKaboji.com. Just click on the scrolling banner there. That's on the homepage. It's like the 3rd or 4th one. Look for the McKean's banner and sign up, and you can win a free cheeseburger basket. 3rd down and 15. Dillevue will throw. He does have a man. It's complete to Thompson, and he'll get the original line of scrimmage and 1 more yard.
Great open field tackle right there. I believe that was Braden Teesfeld.
Yes.
One-on-one solo out there and didn't go for the fake and got him around the ankles and dropped him. Got back about a 1-yard gain from the line of scrimmage, so a 6-yard gain on the pass.
4th and 9 for Forest City. And also, William Ditzworth getting some love on the sideline after that play. We got a flag here. Here's the punt. It'll be fielded at the 50.
He's got room to run here.
45. Higgins gets around to the left side. There he goes. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. That will be an Indians touchdown. But will it hold?
We got a flag, but it came out right away after the snap. I mean, immediately on the snap.
So the way it stands, it's a 50-yard touchdown for Higgins. But will it hold? And it looks like Spirit Lake is going to decline.
Yep. So it's against Forest City. So Bodie Higgins had the room to the right. Then it started closing down. Saw the wall to the left. Turned on the speed. Went down the sideline. Had a great blocking downfield. And he just waltzed into the end zone for a touchdown.
4:56 to go here in the first quarter. The swinging gate will swing back over, and on the field to attempt an extra point here is Justin Ham. 50-yard punt return for a touchdown. Been a while since we've had one of those.
Yep.
Comes the extra point snap. Ooh, bobbled a little bit, but the kick is on the way. Good. So PAT is good for Ham, and it is 13-0 Spirit Lake. And we have 4:56 to go in the first quarter yet. We'll be back in a minute on KUOO.
Farmers and ranchers take on so much risk. They have so many things out of their control. They want somebody to be there for them. They want the ability to take care of them when they're in need.
They see the value in what they're doing to rural agriculture. The support they have, the product they have, it's just first class. If you want to put it this way, I bleed green.
For C&B, we've always been about growth the right way. We got to be there with high integrity and have people know they can trust that we're behind them for the long term.
McKean's Pub and Grill in Spirit Lake has awesome nightly specials Tuesday through Saturday. Stop by after the game or any night and enjoy a great atmosphere and good times with friends at McKean's Pub and Grill.
Spirit Lake student athletes have a long history of success on and off the field. Spirit Lake Community Schools is honored once again this year to recognize their dedication and cheer them on as they continue to make us proud with their accomplishments and character. We are Spirit Lake.
4:56 to go in the first quarter yet, and it's 13-0 Spirit Lake thanks to a 50-yard punt return for a touchdown for Bodie Higgins.
So not only does he run well out of the backfield, anytime he gets his hand on the ball.
Well, that's an improvement for special teams indeed. Here's the kickoff for Ham. Will it hit the end zone? It will. Automatic touchback. Forest City starts at their own 20-yard line again with 4:56 in their offense. They need a first down, Clyde.
Wait a minute. Groundhog Day, own 20,
Yikes.
3 times in a row.
3 and out.
Spirit Lake defense playing awfully well again. I think the line play on both sides is playing phenomenal.
Yeah,
and
I
as
would
we
agree.
saw, the special teams on that one did great because nothing really developed to the right side, but the wall developed on the left side, and Bodie saw it, and they just kept their blocking, kept the arms inside of each other, and ran down the field with an easy touchdown.
Twins to the right for Forest City, and they're going to hand off. This is Olsen. He'll do an end around on the right side. This is probably one of the more positive plays they've had. Olsen will get a couple on first down. Did he get the 2 or 22 or 3?
22 it looks like.
All right.
So 2 yard. Jake Cornwall, another tackle out there. He's busy out there on that left side from that inside backer position.
So 2nd down and 8 for the Forest City Indians here.
Right now, the longest yards from scrimmage for the Forest City squad was that first play with 3 yards on that sweep play, on that end around. And Spirit Lake has shut them down since.
2nd down and 8, and then bobbled, and he's just going to have to eat it. Will Dillevue.
And they're going to mark that back, I think, about the 15 or 16-yard line. Oh, they're going to give a little forward progress. 17, it looks like.
So a loss of 5.
Tyler Voss in on that tackle.
And that play just never developed there for Forest City.
Well, with the bobbled snap, it didn't help. And Spirit Lake, they're so quick coming off that defensive line and linebacker position that you don't have a whole lot of time to think. Forest City's going to have to figure something out to where, okay, we're going to have to do a quick snap and a quick throw across the middle and try and shut that down.
It's 3rd down and 13. Now they'll go 5 wide receivers with Dillevue by himself in the backfield. He's got time to throw over the middle. Almost intercepted.
Oh!
In and out of the hands of Braden Tiesfeld.
Bobbled up in the air. He almost
Bring
came
her
down
in there, Braden.
He almost came down with it as he went down to the ground.
So Braden Tiesfeld, nice defensive play there. You know, they had a guy open in Beery. He had gotten in front of the defense, but it was underthrown. And it'll be 4th down and 13, and Forest City's going to have to punt again from their own 5-yard line with Krutzinger. And at the 47 is Higgins. Just had a 50-yard punt return for a touchdown. Let's see what happens here. This one bounces the 47 into Spirit Lake territory. And he's going to pick it up at the 36. Higgins will avoid one defender and then fall forward to the 40.
I guess he had time to do it. It stayed in bounds. That one had a end-over-end type kick, and when it hit, it shot forward for another 20, 25 yards.
3:16 to go in the first quarter. It's 13-0 Spirit Lake. This time the Indians will get the ball at their own 40. Officials are conferencing, though. Gives me an opportunity to thank some sponsors like Lakes Regional Healthcare, Central Bank and Insurance, Okoboji Motor Company, and the Eye Care Center. So the ball actually will be spotted at the 41.
Yep, 41. 3:16 to go here in the first quarter.
They're still chatting over. There is a penalty on the field.
Oh, there is a flag down. Well, that had to be thrown as they conversed right now because that was not there.
Yeah, that's... And they are talking with the Forest City coach, so it looks like it's going to back Spirit Lake up some degree. Let's see if the official is mic'd up here this evening. It does look like he is. And that's not working. So, but it looks like Spirit Lake will be backed up quite a ways.
26-yard line?
Yes.
So a 15-yard penalty, whatever it was.
Oh, okay. Higgins went out of bounds and then came in
with
it.
Sure.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Tim. So here's first down. Indians looking to throw is Lunt. Rolls to his right now, downfield, and that's into traffic.
Got it,
though.
Tyler
at
Voss.
The 35.
Oh.
Wow, that was well covered even.
Well covered, but what a great catch, and not a bad throw. Just get it over the head of him, and Tyler Voss with his height went up and got that for a huge gain.
39 yards. through the air. What a nice throw. And here is Lunt, and he'll have pressure, and he's got to get rid of it. And now he'll run with it to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25. He's still on his feet, out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Making something out of nothing there is the sophomore quarterback. And the Indians, where are they going to mark that? Maybe even inside the 20.
Good scramble by Lunt on that one. Didn't see anybody open, had pressure coming, tucked it, thought about running out of bounds, then saw the wall there and took it down for another 15 yards.
So a 15-yard pickup, and it's a first down for Spirit Lake, and they will hand off to the big guy up the middle. Goes Higgins, and Higgins will bulldoze forward to the 15. Going head-on with number 20 for Forest City there, Corey Thorson. So ball at the 15 after a 5-yard pickup for Higgins, and it'll be second down and 5. In the shotgun will be Lunt with Higgins. Several players in motion. Alger runs to his right. Now he's in motion, and they will hand off to Alger. Try to do an end run on the left side.
There's a hold.
We got a hold here coming up.
Yeah, and Alger saw the hold. They should have turned up, but it wouldn't have mattered because there was a hold on that outside edge.
So the penalty will push Spirit Lake back from the spot of the foul, which might have been just behind the line of scrimmage. We'll see here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be right at the 15 is where they're going to start that from.
So that'll be a 10-yard penalty.
Actually,
well, let's see. So that'll push Spirit Lake back to the 25-yard line. Loss of 10. And it'll be second down and 15 coming up. 2:15 to go here in the first quarter. 13-0 Spirit Lake if you're just joining us on KUOO or Explore Kaboji live video. Spirit Lake will have two receivers to the left for Lunt in the shotgun. Pressure on the way. Here's Higgins. Nice hole up the middle, but good job of coming from behind and dragging him down after a couple-yard pickup. That was, I believe, Grant Woogie. And Higgins will get to the 22. So give him 3. And that's going to make it third down and 12. Clock ticking here. Under a minute 40 to go here in the first quarter. Lunt under center. Third down and 12. He'll roll to his right. Now throws out over the middle. It's going to be caught. That's Alger. Alger inside the 15. He's closer to a first down. I think he's going to be about 3 yards short.
Going to be at about, I think they're going to spot it at the 14. Good throw again on the run by Cade Lunt.
Gains 8. That's going to set up fourth down and 4. Spirit Lake will go for it here at the, 15-yard line, 14-yard line. They're going to fake the handoff, and there's that little shovel pass up the middle, and to Voss. Voss has the first down, got just enough.
Just enough.
He goes up the middle with it to the 8. Gain of 6. And Spirit Lake will move the chains, and it'll be first and goal from the 8-yard line. Two receivers right, single receiver left. Here's Lunt rolling to his right. Towards the end zone. It is caught by Wallin. It'll be just shy of the end zone. Jake Wallin down to the 1. Give him a gain of 7?
7.
So it'll be second and goal from the 1. Another nice throw on the run by Lunt. He'll have 3 receivers again, 2 to the right. He's by himself in the backfield. Now here's Higgins. He'll fake the handoff. He'll take it himself. Will he get to the end zone?
He did.
Yes, touchdown. 1-yard touchdown run for Cade Lunt. And Spirit Lake extends their lead to 19-0.
Cade, not a real big guy. That little quarterback keeper faked it to Bodie Higgins, took off, got the goal line, and then just kind of stopped as he got hit. He's going to learn as he goes along here. Just keep running, get that full head of steam going.
Absolutely. Extra point coming up for Justin Ham with 35 on the clock, 35 seconds on the clock in the first quarter, and it's been all Spirit Lake in this one. Snap, hold, kick is on the way, and that is good. And it's 20-0 Spirit Lake, and we are back in a minute on KUOO and Explore Kaboji live video.
Your best inside and out with Drip Kaboji. IV hydration can help you with energy, athletic recovery, hydration, weight loss, in addition to cold and flu symptoms, food poisoning, and gout relief. Reboot, recover, and repair with Drip Kaboji. Visit us online to schedule at dripkaboji.com.
Hey sports fans, the Venue and Sportsman's is where you want to watch your favorite teams. You can also book your birthday parties, company parties, tea times, or hunting on a simulator. Book online at venueokoboji.com. Open daily next to Sportsman's in Spirit Lake.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Back at Hafer Field in Spirit Lake, the Indians of Spirit Lake leading the Indians of Forest City 20-0 with 35 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Ham will kick off. And it's gone into the end zone every time, and it will again tonight. So for the fourth time tonight, Forest City will start at their own 20-yard line, this time with 35 seconds to go in the first quarter, down 3 touchdowns.
And absolutely no offense from Forest City right now.
No.
They cannot find anything against this very, very attacking type defense from Spirit Lake.
Spirit Lake is trying to go 10-0 in the last 10 tries against Forest City. They have played Forest City every year in the last decade except for 2020.
2020, yep.
The goofy year.
The goofy year.
After 1, Southeast Valley 6, Emmitsburg nothing. Here's a throw from Dillevue on first down. Rolls to his right. Now he's going to keep it. He'll have some running room and get 2 or 3. That was a good decision. Nothing open downfield. The defense had everybody covered. Dillevue will pick up 3 on first down.
Yeah, there was absolutely nothing open, and there was a little opening on that outside because the linebacker, Teesfeld, had to drop back and catch that running back coming out of the backfield, cover on the flat, so it left the flat open. But then Teesfeld saw they got past the line of scrimmage and immediately went after the quarterback, and good speed by Teesfeld to shut him down after a 3-yard gain.
It'll be 2nd down and 7, and that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Spirit Lake 20, Forest City 0. The Forest City Indians will have 2nd down and 7 when we come back in 1 minute on KUOO and Explore Okoboji live video.
Okoboji Realty is a proud supporter of the Spirit Lake athletes and all the young athletes involved and driven for success. Good luck from Amy Maris and Mickey Harrington, real estate agents with Okoboji Realty. Dedicated to community, dedicated to you.
Whether you are freshening up your current decor, building new, or just looking for custom window treatments, Interior Sewing by Lisa has you covered with draperies, pillows, and Hunter Douglas blinds. Call me for your free in-home consultation at 712-320-3492.
Pizza Ranch of Spirit Lake is proud to sponsor the great local athletes in the Iowa Great Lakes. When great food meets great prices, it has to be Pizza Ranch. Pizza, chicken, salad, whatever you're in the mood for, it has to be Pizza Ranch in Spirit Lake.
From major accidents to minor fender benders, Journey Collision Center in Spirit Lake is prepared to get you back on the road looking like new with their state-of-the-art equipment, computerized color matching system, and experienced auto body technicians. Journey Collision Repair in Spirit Lake.
We start the second quarter. Spirit Lake all over Forest City, 20-0 with Clyde Erkey. I'm Jason Jacobs, Tim Soper, the video engineer, and Michael Petska, the audio engineer. Tim has got a busy week. He was calling Jackson County Central football up at Maple River last night, and that was a last-second field goal win for JCC. The foreign exchange student had never played a football game before, but he kicked the game-winning field goal.
Well, he's probably a soccer player or something over there.
Absolutely. Well, let's see if the second quarter is a little better for Forest City's offense. They'll have 2nd and 7 from their own 23-yard line. Dillevue's going to go under center, and it looks like he's got Andy Olson in the backfield, and he'll go to Olson, and there's not a lot of room up the middle. Olson's going to drag a defender with him. I think he lost a yard.
They might give him a yard.
Well, I don't know. I think he lost a yard maybe.
I think they're moving back to the 22.
Yes, they are. Yeah, I'm going to say he lost. That's definitely 3rd down and 8.
Good defense again. And, you know, as far as Forest City, if they go up underneath center, they're not going to have a whole lot of time because of that aggressive front 8 of Spirit Lake.
Well, I mean, the front 3 alone are causing a lot of problems.
Yeah, well, they stuff everything up, and your linebackers find the gap
flying
and shoot
right
it.
through. All right, here's 3rd down and 8. They will throw. They'll roll to the right. They are looking for, and it is complete, yes, to Kellen Moore. Haven't called that. I mean, he had a nice week last week receiving, had 50-some yards for Forest City. They had about 100 yards of offense through the air. It's complete at the 28, but it's short 2 yards for the first down. So it'll be 4th down and 2, and Forest City's going to send Colby Krutzinger back there to punt. Higgins will line up at his own 43.5-yard line.
Yeah, another good field position type play here. Forest City scrambling to get people in.
Get eye in there, and 4 seconds on the play clock. Here's a punt. Not a bad-looking punt. Really good punt. To the 30, inside the 30. Just stay away from that. Just stay away from that, young man. That's called Peter, and that will peter out at the Spirit Lake 20-yard line. Great punt by Krutzinger.
Yeah, just stay away from that, Bodie. You'll learn on that one. You've got to run backwards. You got to try and field it. Don't do it. Just stay away from it. Let your offense that's been running all the way
scores
anyway.
Especially. Don't have a mistake happen where you're going to, end up in a situation where they can get the ball back. Spirit Lake at their own 20-yard line. Again, up 20-0. 10-19 to go until halftime, and here's Lunt under center. He's got Jake Cornwall in the backfield this time around. And one extra guy out there. They got him out of there in time, and this is going to be Cornwall, and Jake will cross the 20 to the 23. Followed the good blocking out front of, who was that out there? Braden Teesfeld, who's into the game as well. Put his number in there as well.
He's going to play in that slot position right over here, now on the left side. Watch for him. No, he's going to set up on the line so he won't go in motion.
2nd and 7. Lunt in the shotgun now. 3 receivers to the right, and they'll hand off. There's a big hole for Cornwall. 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. He's still on his feet to the 45, 40, 35, 30. Can they knock him out of bounds? They will at the 27.
Well, and Jake saw that. He said, okay, I can't cut it back up, so I'm just going to get as many as I can because number 88 for Forest City, who is Vinton Feldman, took a great angle on him and saw that he wasn't going to be able to stop him until about the 15, 20-yard line.
They're going to mark him out at the 28.
28, okay.
So let's do our math here. We've got, 27 plus 22 is 49. It still works.
Still works.
Sometimes. 1st and 10 Indians at the Forest City 28. That snap bobbled a little bit by Lund. He'll throw downfield. He's got a man. It's caught. It's into the end zone. Teesfeld. Touchdown.
A little bobble by Teesfeld.
Hey, Braden can catch the ball out there. Good job.
But not only that, how about Cade Lunt laying that right where it had to be? And Teesfeld tipped it up in the air a little bit, got underneath it. He had the defender beat and fell into the end zone for another touchdown for Spirit Lake.
Really nicely done by both young men with 9:28 to go here in this first half. And it is 26-0 Spirit Lake. And here's the swinging gate. Extra point on the way here with Justin Ham. 9:28 to go here first half. Extra point snap. Hold looks great. Kick is on the way. That is good. And Spirit Lake leading Forest City 27-0. We're going to go ahead and keep things right here during this timeout. I want to say thanks to our sponsors. They include Consumer Lumber Company, Northwest Bank, and Okoboji Motor Company. So 27-0 Spirit Lake, Clyde. Didn't take many plays that time around. 3, in fact.
Yeah, 3 plays.
Spirit Lake goes 80 yards in, 59 seconds, I believe, is what we've got there.
10:19 to 9:28. Yep.
Hey, my math is really on point here, I think, tonight. All right, 27-0 Spirit Lake. And reminder, after the game tonight, Iowa High School Scoreboard Show, 10 to 11:30. All the scores and highlights from across the state. Lots of interviews. It's a good show every Friday night. here on Campus Radio. We file reports for that, as do our family of stations. We have a score update, as I mentioned earlier, from Y100. I think this will be a good game. Southeast Valley 6, Emmetsburg 0 after 1. Emmetsburg took them a little while to get the offense going last week, but once they did, had a really competitive game with a good Algona team.
Algona's going to be tough.
Algona is one of the schools that played the 2A, 3A line, and they got bumped back into 3A with the addition of the Class 5A. And they're playing all teams to the east now, which I think Algona is probably saying to themselves, we're very happy with that.
Yeah.
We're totally okay with not having to go into Sioux County. So Spirit Lake 27-0. Of course, tomorrow, Hawkeye football on Q102. And that'll be 9 a.m. pregame, kickoff at 11 as the Hawks get South Dakota State. I wouldn't sleep on the Jackrabbits.
Come on. It's the Hawkeyes. They're going to win big over South Dakota State. South Dakota State's a good team. Don't get me wrong. They're a good team. But I don't see how they're going to compete against a top-caliber Division I school.
Well, I think South Dakota State's going to have trouble offensively. I do think Iowa's defense is really good. Iowa's offense, we'll see. Nobody's giving them any credit offensively right now. That'll probably motivate them. Here's the kickoff. Ball goes to the 7-yard line, where it is fielded by Jack Thompson. Thompson, 25-30, got a nice little hole there, and then he kind of slides forward. Got his head taken off by his own player at the 35-yard line. Nice return.
Yeah, kicking into the wind now with Justin Ham, so not quite into the end zone like they were in the first quarter.
The best field position Forest City's had all night at their own 34. 9:21 to go in the first half. And let's see what this Forest City offense tries to do here. It has been a hard go of things. 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. One receiver each side. Dillevue under center, going to throw back, and this is going to be Olsen. They'll try and end around with him, and he does get positive yardage on first down. Well, when Forest City can get to the corners, Clyde, they have speed.
Well, they've got some speed, yeah. They're going to pick up about, 3?
I think they're going to get almost 4 on that.
4 yards on that.
Ball is at the 37-yard line, so, yeah, give him a gain of 3.
Yep.
And it'll be second down and 7. Under center is Dillevue is going to toss back. They're going to just try the same thing, end around right side to Olsen. And it worked again. They got at least another 3, maybe even 4 that time around. Ball placed at the 42-yard line, so give him 5.
Well, and what's happening there is they're getting that end sweep. They're pushing the linebacker in, and it's giving that corner a little bit more to where the running back can catch that if he can get his shoulders squared up. Spirit Lake's just got to make the adjustment, get outside quicker on that pursuit.
Third down and 2, Forest City at their own 42-yard line. It's easily the best drive they've had so far tonight. Let's see what they do here on third down. In the shotgun is Dillevue. He'll have 2 receivers. Looks like he's got Olsen in the backfield. They will hand off Olsen. They try at the middle. That time, Spirit Lake is just ready for it. In particular, that time around, number 35, Cam Hussey. No, check that. I think that was maybe 25 that time around. Caleb Lee.
Yep.
Excuse me. But that's going to be a loss of a yard to the 41.
Yep.
There's just nothing up the middle available for Forest City. If I was Forest City, I would have run the sweep the third time.
Sweep, yeah.
I'm one of those old-fashioned kind of guys. If it works once, if it works twice, it might work 3 times.
Yeah, keep playing until
especially when
stops.
You've got nothing. Now they're going to have to punt. Closest they have gotten to midfield, and that's going to be a sky-high punt. And it's a good punt inside the 20. Let that go out of bounds. But Spirit Lake will have to start at their own, looks like 7-yard line.
Hasn't stopped them yet from wherever they started
No. Yeah, Spirit Lake has not punted yet. And they've got a punt return for a touchdown. 7:22 to go in the first half. And the Indians this time around at their own 7.
Well, you want to talk total domination here with 7:22 to go. Spirit Lake's 175 yards total offense right now to 16.
Yikes.
For Forest City.
27-0 under center line. We've got time called by Forest City and head coach Chad Moore. We'll take time out with him. 7:22 to go until halftime. 27-0 Spirit Lake. We are back in 30 seconds on KUOO and Explorer Koboji live video.
Whether you are freshening up your current decor, building new, or just looking for custom window treatments, Interior Sewing by Lisa has you covered with draperies, pillows, and Hunter Douglas blinds. Call me for your free in-home consultation at 712-320-3492.
Pizza Ranch of Spirit Lake is proud to sponsor the great local athletes in the Iowa Great Lakes. When great food meets great prices, it has to be Pizza Ranch. Pizza, chicken, salad, whatever you're in the mood for, it has to be Pizza Ranch in Spirit Lake.
We welcome you back here to Hafer Field in Spirit Lake. Spirit Lake 27 and Forest City 0. With Clyde Erke, I'm Jason Jacobs. Tim Soper, our video engineer. Want to say thanks to audio engineer Michael Petska, doing a nice job as always. 27-0 Spirit Lake this time around at their own 9-yard line, actually. Forest City called the timeout, wanted to get things kind of figured out. Under center is Lunt. And they'll hand off to Higgins, and up the left side he goes. He'll cross the 10 to the 11. Pretty good job of Forest City interior-wise closing things down quickly. So a pickup of 2 will make it 2nd down and 8 at the 11. This time Lunt in the shotgun with Higgins. Rolls to his right, gonna throw downfield, got a man, and just a little underthrown for number
Wallin,
19, Jake Wallin.
And Lunt was under a lot of pressure on that when he was doing the happy feet dance out there. He was trying to roll out, saw that the end zone was coming. He had to stop. He had to look up again. Saw that Wallin was out there, so he lobbed it out there. Got it over the defenders, but way off to the right and short.
Q102 has a close one. Sibley Cheaton 7 and Okoboji 6. That's late in the first half there on Q102. Here's a throw on 3rd down. They're going to dump it off here to, who is that here? Higgins, and Higgins will have the first down and more up near the 30-yard line. Good job of letting things develop in front of you. And the ball all the way up to, what are they going to mark, 29-yard line?
Well, he was fortunate to be able to have that develop because it took a long time to develop.
It did. It was a screenplay.
Yeah, but he waited for his blockers to get out in front of him. He had some room to run as soon as he caught it, but he thought, I'm going to get a little bit more, and he waited for his blockers. They got there, and then were able to give him extra yardage that way.
Gain of 18 for Higgins, and it's 1st and 10, and now we got a fumble there, and Lunt's going to have to toss it downfield. That's dangerous. Wallin had his mitts on it. It's knocked away by Kellen Moore. So incomplete on 1st down. And that was kind of a dangerous throw there.
It was, but, I mean, he was throwing it under the coverage. He saw the opening in there, but he wobbled it up there. That's the dangerous part of it.
Yep. Okay when you're up like this to just toss out of bounds. And that's a good film study thing that I'm sure he'll get in the coming weeks. 6:18 to go here in the half. 27-0 Spirit Lake. They have 2nd down and 10 at their own 29-yard line. And here's Lunt, and he'll toss a screenplay out. It's thrown behind. They have to pick it up. That's Hassel. Good heads-up decision. Hassel then gets to the sideline and runs up, and he's close. At least the 39-yard line. I think he has it, Clyde.
I think they're going to mark him at the 39.
So it was thrown behind Hassel, and he bobbled it, which that technically is a fumble.
Yeah, they mark it at the 39.
And they do move the chains. But Hassel had the wherewithal to say, okay, I have to pick this up and run with it. And he finds the sideline, had a blocker out there. I think the blocker might have been Tyler Voss.
Yep, so a running play picks up 10 yards.
1st down and 10 at the 39. Indians 39, Spirit Lake 39, I should say, yard line. A little blitz shown here by Forest City. Lunt sends the man in motion in Voss. And they're going to fake a handoff to Higgins. Now they're going to throw it downfield. Dangerous. Incomplete.
Almost. A lot of wrestling going on down there.
Vinton Feldman was fighting with, who was that downfield? Was that Ham?
Yeah, Justin Ham, I believe, over that far right side.
So 2nd down and 10 from the Spirit Lake 39-yard line with 5:40 to go. first half. 27-0 Spirit Lake if you're just joining us. Two receivers right. Under center is Lunt. Lunt will hand her off. And nice little move there by Higgins as he cuts it back inside to pick up another 4 or 5 yards. Cross the 45-yard line to the 46.
Had to cut that back to the inside. Great job of heads-up motioning look on that because he was looking to the outside, didn't see anything there, waited for one block, moved it back to the inside, and picked up 4 extra yards.
It'll be 3rd down and 3 from the 46. Two receivers for Spirit Lake to the right. Lunt in the shotgun. Here comes the snap. He'll hand off to Higgins. Higgins up the right side. I think he might fall forward for a first. It looks like he's just to midfield.
He had his jersey grabbed behind the line of scrimmage, but the power of Bodie Higgins kept him legs moving, moved it forward to the midfield stripe at 50-yard line. Give him another first down.
Our broadcast thanks to Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, your Spirit Lake Hy-Vee, and State Farm Insurance agent Scott Troutman. 1st and 10 from midfield. And a man is in motion for Spirit Lake, and they'll look to throw. And be careful, Lunt, and he avoids the defender. Now to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, and he'll cut it back inside where he's tripped up. Nicely done, improvising there by Cade Lunt. I would call it a touchdown-saving tackle by Andy Olson downfield.
Yeah, they came and cut that path down, but good heads-up play by Cade Lunt. Looked downfield, didn't see anything, had everybody going to the right, looked to the left. There was one receiver who was way downfield. There was nobody else out in front, so he just tucked it and run.
They gave him 22. It'll be 1st and 10, Indians. And now Lunt will look to throw. And downfield and into the end zone. Intercepted. Intercepted by number 2, Kellen Moore. And Moore will go out of bounds at their own 7-yard line.
So he got it about the 2-yard line, ran it back 5 yards. Just kind of an ill-advised throw there, really, by Cade Lunt on that one.
Yeah, not really
Tried to thread
open.
the needle, nobody open, but he'll learn from that. Now this Spirit Lake defense is going to have the Forest City offense backed up again. But no points this time for Spirit Lake.
So Forest City gets the ball with 4:12 to go here in the first half, trailing 27-0 at their own 7-yard line. Well, I know if I'm Forest City, I am probably going to try some sort of an end-around play. That worked twice on their last possession. We'll see what they try to do here. Quarterback Ty Dillevue is in the shotgun, has Andy Olson just inside his own end zone. He'll look to throw. Dillevue rolls to his right, pressure coming, does toss it out downfield. It'll be incomplete. Nobody home.
Well, he threw that one away because pressure was coming as he was rolling to his left. And saw that there's nobody open down there, so he just kind of threw it out where nobody could catch that one.
Dylan Stecker was the guy downfield that time around. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for Forest City from their own 7. So Forest City this time around will have Dillevue in the shotgun again with Olson. He'll have a receiver each side, and he'll look to throw. And he'll go downfield and just overthrow everybody again. Threw it away. Nothing developing there for Forest City. Now you've got 3rd down and 10 from the 7. Now you have to throw, essentially.
Yeah, and he really hurried that one.
Yeah,
he
had time. I'll give Forest City's line some credit. They have given him some time here.
But the problem with it was he had a pocket, and he was going to set up in the end zone, and he knew that could collapse in a really big hurry. So that's why he just let it go downfield, hoping that a receiver could run underneath it.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10 for Forest City from their own 7. Just under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Forest City will have, looks like 5 wide receivers. And here's Dillevue. Pressure, downfield, throws it behind. He had a man in Kellen Moore open, but he was trying to throw on the run and throws it behind him. So it'll be 4th down and 10, incomplete. And Forest City will just attempt to salvage some form of field position with their good punter, Krutzinger, punting from the end zone.
Yeah, he'll be about 7 yards deep in the end zone, but he does have the wind behind him.
And he's shown he has a good boot.
So here's where, if I'd be Bodie Higgins, I would set up. Yeah, and he is. He's back to about the
45, yeah. because, again, he has shown that he can punt it 50 yards. We got a penalty here. And I think it's false start.
Oh, that's going to hurt.
Oh, my.
Going to move him back a little bit more.
You cannot have that in those sorts of situations.
Now he's going to be standing basically at the back of the end zone. Bodie's still about the 44, 45-yard line, now moving up to the 43, but he'll have room to run underneath this, I think.
He didn't move a whole lot because it's a half the distance to the goal when you're that close. He'll get it off. It's kind of a low kick. Bounces right at Higgins at the 46. Higgins to the 30, to the 25, 20. He's knocked out of bounds there. Great field position for Spirit Lake. And they'll have 3:43 yet to work with in this first half. Our broadcast, thanks to Bank Midwest, the Eye Care Center, and Snappers Turtle Bay Cafe. So 27-0 Indians. And their best field position of the night at the Forest City 19.
With, like you said, 3:43 to go in the first half.
And they'll send
plenty of time here.
Man in motion is Quantz.
Jake Cornwall in the backfield with
snap is bumbled, and then Lunt tosses it out to the flat. Was going towards Quantz, incomplete, and that defense was right there in his face.
Yeah, and the defender was right with Quantz. But Cade knew that he had to throw it. He bobbled the snap, and as he grabbed it, he just threw it out there, not even looking to see where the defenders were. Dangerous, dangerous play on that one.
All right, so 2nd down and 10 from the 19. And he'll be in the shotgun. 2 receivers each side for Lunt. Now has a man in motion. That's Hassel. Here's a handoff, Higgins up the middle.
No, that's Cornwall.
Or Cornwall, excuse me, and Cornwall. We'll get 5 for Spirit Lake. I'll make it 4.
Yeah, they're going to mark
the 15.
15, it looks like.
So Jake Cornwall puts it into 3rd and manageable, at least. 3rd and 6. Let's see what Spirit Lake has up their sleeve here. I'm going to send Quantz out to the right. Cornwall's in the backfield. And they're going to, that little toss up the middle. I don't know if that was by design. They're going to get a first down. It goes to Tyler Voss.
Well, it was by design, but the toss was a little quick. Tyler hit it, went up in the air, and fortunately he was running right underneath it and picked up the first down.
And they're going to mark it. I think it's at the 9. They're going to say the 8. I believe that's correct. I'll give him a 7-yard pickup. 1st and goal from the 8. And here's Lunt. And he'll keep it himself, and the defense will drag him forward to about the 5 is where he's going to end up. Maybe just shy of the 5-yard line. Or 10-yard line, excuse me. No, that is the 5.
5, yep. 3-yard gain.
Had to look again. They're going to mark him at the 6.
Okay, give him a 2-yard gain then.
Get some scores here in a moment for you. 2:09 to go first half. 27-0 Spirit Lake. Indians knocking on the door again. 2nd and goal from the 6. It'll be Lunt. Under center now. He will hand off Cornwall. Cornwall cuts it back up. And into the end zone. Yep. Touchdown. 6-yard touchdown run for Jake Cornwall. And Spirit Lake is 2 points away from running clock. 1:53 to go here in the first half.
And, it's kind of nice because they can bring Cornwall in, give Bodie Higgins the breather on these
especially since he's playing on defense tonight,
too. Playing on defense tonight, too. A hot, humid night. So they're giving that breather.
They're going to try it for 1, it looks like here. Ham is set up. And here comes the snap. High snap, holds down, kick is good. And it is 34-0.
Yep.
Spirit Lake. We will take a 1-minute timeout. More coming up on KUOO.
Hot Bar and Grill in Arnold Park is open for lunch and dinner 7 days a week, and breakfast is served Saturdays and Sundays starting at 8 a.m. So if you're looking for fantastic food served up hot, fresh, and delicious, and service that gets you in and on your way, head to the Hut in Arnold Park.
Northwest Bank is top-notch. You may be a one-time customer, you may be a lifetime customer, but they're always going to look out for you and take care of you.
Northwest Bank has the ability to help you do what you need to have done with your mortgage.
To me, probably the number one thing is their ability to get the job done.
Easy to work with, explain things very well, people that you trust and people that you see every day. That type of skill and knowledge sitting behind that desk when you're coming to sign those papers is very important.
I've always trusted Northwest Bank, and I definitely trust them with the biggest purchase we've ever made.
Head down the highway to MHR Insurance and get the power of one from West Bend. Simplify with one policy, one affordable premium, one common loss deductible, and money back at the end of the year when you're claim free. What? Money back? See MHR Insurance in Milford or call 338-2654.
In the first half, and it's 34-0 Spirit Lake. Back to receive for Forest City it looks like it's Jack Thompson and maybe more. Here's the kick, kind of a short kick, I think by design.
They're down.
Forest City
there.
Player just falls on it. His own guy falls on top of him. It was caught by Robe Beery.
But what was happening there was the deep defender, Jackson Archer, was coming up to field it. Beery caught it, and Archer hit him right in the back, knocked him right to the ground, fell on him.
Beery falls on it at the 20-yard line. That's where the Forest City Indians will take over. Score updates. These are first quarter scores. West Lyon leading ELC 14-7. Good game there. BHRV leads Western Christian. We'll see the Wolfpack next week at 6-0 BHRV. Central Lyon, George Little Rock, 14-0 over bigger class size Sergeant Bluff Luton. They're good, folks. The Lions are good. 3 receivers for Forest City, and we're going to have a false start. Timeout.
Called a timeout.
Timeout by Coach Chad Moore and company. Some other first quarter scores. As we mentioned, it was Sibley Cheatham leading Okoboji 7-6. West Sioux Oliver Sioux Center 28-7. Sheldon and Sibley Cheatham are tied at 0. And 7-7 MOC and Unity Christian. Who's the home team in that? They play on the same field.
Yeah, good question.
I don't know. And it was 6-0 Southeast Valley leading Emmetsburg after one quarter over on Y100 earlier this evening. And again, we're here on KUOO and Explore Kaboji live video. You can watch at explorekaboji.com, at Explore Kaboji on YouTube, or download the free CF video channel. You got a Roku or Fire Stick.
Cade Lunt being the water boy for the defense.
Well, hey.
That's giving him a good defensive stand.
That's a good way to keep everybody happy as a young quarterback, right?
That's right.
Our broadcast tonight, thanks to Drip Okoboji, Okoboji Realty, and Steamway Cleaning. All right, it'll be first down and 10 for Forest City at their own 20-yard line. In the shotgun, Dillevue, and he's going to hand off. They're going to try that end around. They tried to get Olsen outside of Spirit Lake. Had that totally sniffed out. He'll be gang tackled after he gets the line of scrimmage.
No, he got dropped 5 yards back.
Oh, you're right.
He hit the 15-yard line when he got hit. Big loss on that, 5 yards.
Wow.
That was one of those. He came from the opposite end around, though, on that one, and that's not going to work. They got to do the quick pitch to the outside to get any type of positive yardage because this very aggressive Spirit Lake defense is just thundering on them.
1:12 to go here in the first half. 34-0 Spirit Lake. 2 receivers left, single receiver right for Forest City. In the shotgun is Dillevue. And he's going to hand off, and nothing there. Loss again, tackle for loss. Jake Cornwall this time around brings Olsen down in the backfield.
Olsen had nowhere to go.
Nowhere to go. Just getting absolutely mauled. They're going to mark him at the 14-yard line and a loss of 1.
And a loss of 6.
Or check that. It is down at the 9.
He's at the 9. Loss of 6.
Well, it felt like it was more than 1, I can tell you that much.
Well, Olsen's starting to think that way, too.
And if I'm Forest City, there's 24 seconds to go. I'm going to milk this clock.
Oh, I would
get
almost
out
just
of here.
Run it to the end and kneel.
And they are going to hand off, and they're going to have Olsen, I think, again, try to fight for some yardage.
Maybe a yard.
It looks like they're going to give him the 10-yard line. Give him the yard back, but that's going to be it. And so that's the end of the first half. Spirit Lake leads Forest City 34-0. Wow. Going to call a little bit of an audible here, Michael, on our halftime broadcast here this evening. We're going to take the 3-minute break coming up here as our halftime show from our friends at Okoboji Motor Company Service Department and Collision Center. They are driven to serve better. After the break, radio-wise, you're going to get the halftime report. So the radio will go to the halftime report after the 3-minute break and then take another 3-minute break. Those of you watching on Explore Live Video will see the Force Marching Band coming up here in about 3 minutes. So that is all on the way on our halftime show. And again, it's 34-0, Spirit Lake leading Forest City. So halftime report with Scott Nolte coming up. For the radio listeners, for those of you on the video, we'll have the Force Marching Band. That's all on the way in 3 minutes on KUOO and ExploreKaboji.com. And welcome back here to Hafer Field in Spirit Lake. 34-0, Spirit Lake leading Forest City. Thanks to Scott Nolte for the halftime report. Those of you on the video end of things enjoyed the Forest Marching Band. Nice job here at halftime, Clyde. And let's take a look at first half stats. Should we run down them?
Let's take a look at them here real quick. From the individual stat-wise, not a whole lot on that Forest City side. Beery had 1 carry for 3 yards. Dillavu had 3 carries for -7. Andy Olson had 9 carries for -2. Receiving-wise, Thompson had 1 catch for 6, and Kellen Moore 1 catch for 6. That is the only offense that they could produce tonight for Forest City on the night. No first downs in that first half. They had -6 yards rushing and a total of 6 yards offense for the first half.
That's not going to get it done, unfortunately.
No. For the Spirit Lake Indians, very, very spread out as I looked at it. Bodie Higgins, 11 carries for 39 yards. Caden Hassel, 1 carry for 10 yards. Jake Cornwall, 3 carries for 56 yards. Tyler Voss, 3 carries, 19 yards. And Cade Lunt, 4 carries for 40 yards. So they're spreading it out, keeping the wealth between everybody and not getting anybody tired in what that's going to do. Bodie Higgins, 1 catch for 18 yards. Drew Eldrer, 1 catch for 8 yards. Caden Hassel, 2 catches for 15. Tyler Voss, 1 catch for 39. And Jake Wallin, 1 catch for 7 yards. Cade Lunt was 7 for 13 with the 1 interception and 87 yards. Totals in that first half for Spirit Lake, 13 first downs. They had 22 rushes for 164 yards. They had 13 passes, like I said, with 7 completions for 87 yards. A total of 251 yards total offense.
So here we have 34-0 at halftime. Let's kind of run down how this first half went. Forest City goes 3 and out on their first possession. Spirit Lake responds. They get a 1-yard touchdown run by Bodie Higgins. 6-0 Indians as they missed the extra point. It was a 2-point conversion try. Forest City 3 and out again. Indians this time around 1-yard touchdown run by Cade Lunt to make it, or check that, actually Higgins got a 50-yard punt return for a touchdown first. Then it was Cade Lunt with a 1-yard touchdown run to make it 20-0 Spirit Lake. After another 3 and out this time around, it was a 28-yard touchdown catch by Braden Teesfeld that made it 27-0. Then Kellen Moore got an interception for Forest City, but only to their 2-yard line, and that almost kind of hurt them because then their offense couldn't do anything, and Spirit Lake got the ball at the Forest City 19-yard line, and it was a 6-yard touchdown run for Jake Cornwall with 1:53 to go in the first half that made it 34-0 Spirit Lake here at halftime. Oh, and the Indians get the ball to start the third quarter.
Yeah, yep.
It's been rough for Forest City here.
And the wind will be on their back for the third quarter.
Yeah.
We'll switch that around again.
Not great on that front. I don't think either team has made it out here from halftime.
Forest City's coming out right now.
So let's go ahead and take a timeout.
Spirit Lake's on their way out. So they'll bump three more minutes on, I'm sure, after this.
Let's take another 2-minute timeout here, and we'll come back and we'll do our some other halftime scores and get an upcoming sports schedule. That's coming up in 2 minutes on KUOO and ExploreKaboji.com.
Banking isn't just about financial products. It's about service and what we can do for you. Those personal touches are at the core of who we are at Central Bank. Decisions are made locally by people who get to know you. And while a lot has changed since 1877, we're still committed to our customers and to being the best bank in every community we serve. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
At Okoboji Motor Company, we understand your vehicle represents a significant investment, and nobody knows your vehicle better than our certified experts, who bring on average 30 years experience in providing expert GM and Toyota service. We have the latest, most advanced equipment specifically designed for your vehicles. Express Lube and service hours are Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 336-1500 to service your vehicle.
Okoboji Motor Company. Driven to serve better. Driven to serve better.
We welcome you back to Hafer Field in Spirit Lake. At halftime, it's Spirit Lake 34, Forest City 0. Taking a look at some other halftime scores of interest. Hartley Melvin Sanborn leading Galen Catholic. A battle of two ranked teams, I believe. 23-15 HMS in that one. Pretty good game there. Good game on Q102. Okoboji trailing Sibley Ocheyedan 7-6 at halftime. At half in Hull, it's Boyden Hull Rock Valley 13, Western Christian 13. Sheldon leads Sibley Ocheyedan 7-0. ELC trailing Westline 29-7. Also, West Sioux all over Sioux Center 35-14. Central Line George Little Rock 35-0 over Sergeant Bluff Luton, and MOC Floyd Valley leads Unity Christian 13-7. Y100 at halftime, Emmetsburg 7, Southeast Valley 6, so the E-Hawks have gotten in front at halftime on Y100. And again, 34-0, Spirit Lake with the lead here. The upcoming sports schedule on Saturday, South Dakota State at Iowa on Q102. Pregame at 9, kickoff at 11. No coaches show tomorrow from the looks of things. And, of course, we do have the Iowa High School scoreboard show later tonight at 10 o'clock. Next week, Spirit Lake hosting Central Line and volleyball here on KUOO Tuesday at 7. Also, Hawk Talk next Wednesday at 6:30 on KUOO. And Okoboji at Sioux Center volleyball Thursday on Q102. Then next week we'll have the Indians hosting Western Christian here on KUOO and Explore Okoboji live video. 34-0. Spirit Lake with the lead over Forest City. Indians will get the ball to start this third quarter. Forest City, we will see their kicker, Connor Sopko.
Yeah, first time we get to see him tonight.
Looks first time tonight.
Higgins and Elger are back.
And there's the kick. Low kick. And it'll roll out of bounds. That's going to be the flag. So Spirit Lake will get it at what? The 35?
35,
is that where it is?
40. I believe the 40.
Wow.
35 or 40. I know the pros is 35 if I remember right.
At one point I thought it was 35 here too.
Oh, they're going to kick it again.
They're going to re-kick. Okay.
They're going to make him kick it again.
No time went off the clock there. With Clyde Erkey, Jason Jacobs, thanks to Michael back in the studio, and Tim running the video things.
They will move him back 5 yards on the kickoff.
Correct, to the 35.
Yeah.
And so here comes the kickoff for the second half. Another low kick, scooped up at the 15. And is that Higgins? Good running room up the middle to the 40. That was not Higgins.
That was
Alger, Drew Alger. It looked a little thin for Higgins, actually. Yeah. So Spirit Lake will get the ball at their own 40-yard line. And 11:54 to go here, third quarter, leading 34-0. But again, young offensive players in some key roles, Clyde. Good opportunity to show some growth here and work on some things in the second half. Lunt under center. And as a man in motion, they're going to do a quick handoff here to Teesfeld, and then Teesfeld couldn't quite get the corner turn. Forest City had it sniffed out on first down.
Good job on defense, staying at home on that far left side.
Woogie.
Yeah, Woogie didn't bite on that end around as Teesfeld gets the handoff from the left side, goes to the right. but gets stopped again right at the line of scrimmage, basically.
2nd and 10, maybe lost a half a yard. It'll be 4 receivers here for Lund in the shotgun. Looks like he maybe has Higgins back there with him. And 2nd down and 10. Here's a snap. Now they're going to hand off. And right at the middle, big running room, 1st down and then some. Nobody's going to stop Bodie Higgins. Now he'll cut it back to the right. 20, 15, 10, 5. That's an Indians touchdown.
Just the power running of Bodie Higgins. Hit a couple of times with some arms up the middle. You are not going to stop Bodie Higgins with arm tackling. That young man is powerful and can run. And he's going down the middle of the field, saw that there's some defenders coming, and he just busted it to the outside, and there's no way they were going to catch him.
56 seconds into the 2nd quarter, a 60-yard touchdown run for Bodie Higgins. Extra point coming up here for Justin Ham. And the swinging gate will swing back. So Ham will get set. From the 10, he'll kick it. And that looks good to me. Officials agree. And we have 41-0 Spirit Lake about a minute into this second half. 1 minute timeout. More high school football coming up on KUOO.
At Iowa Lakes Electric Cooperative, we are member-owned. That means everyone who gets their power from Iowa Lakes is also an owner. That's the cooperative difference.
The power is yours at your local Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Pub 19 is open 7 days a week at 11 a.m. with limited seating. Dine in or carry out every Friday night. You can enjoy the in-house smoked prime rib. Pub 19 at Okoboji View Golf Course on Highway 86 in Spirit Lake. And check out their new menu items at pub19barngrill.com.
At Okoboji Motor Company, we understand your vehicle represents a significant investment, and nobody knows your vehicle better than our certified experts, who bring on average 30 years experience in providing expert GM and Toyota service. We have the latest, most advanced equipment specifically designed for your vehicles. Express Lube and service hours are Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 6 p.m. and Saturdays 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 336-1500 to service your vehicle.
Okoboji Motor Company. Driven to serve better. Driven to serve better.
41-0 over Forest City with 11:04 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Ham will kick off here for the Indians. Looks like maybe Jackson Archer is one of the guys back to receive for Forest City. He will scoop it up at the 4 to the 15. Tries to run to the left and avoid a tackler, and he cannot avoid Drew Alger.
Great open field tackle by Alger. Did not give an inch of ground on that. Came flying up.
He tracked him down.
He was basically like the gunner on that outside. He came and saw that there was nobody outside of him, so he pinched down real quick. And as the runner was going around the left end, he just snagged him by the legs and brought him down. Great job by Alger.
At the 12-yard line, is their own 12-yard line is where Forest City will start, trailing 41-0, and that clock is a ticking now. As we have the running clock. Once you get up by 35, it starts ticking. If you get it under 35, it'll stop like normal. And here's the throw for Dillevue on 1st down, and kind of throws it over the middle and really just kind of throws it into the ground. There was a guy close.
Well, Bodie Higgins coming in hard and said, you better hurry that throw, young man. Just cruising in. He delayed blitzed on that, Higgins did. He waited till he saw where Dillevue was going to run to. Saw him rolling out to his right. So Bodie just took off on a dead run to his left, and just before he threw it, was coming on him, so he had to hurry the throw.
2nd and 10 from the 12. Looks like Dillevue will remain in the shotgun. Now they'll try a screen play, and it'll be dropped. It was a forward pass, though. So no concern if you're a Forest City fan to Kellen Moore. Incomplete. 3rd down and 10 coming up. Our broadcast tonight, thanks to some great sponsors. McKean's Pub and Grill, Dr. Craig Newell, Pizza Ranch, and Spirit Lake Community School District. 41-0 Indians, clock ticking, 9:25 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 41-0 Spirit Lake Indians, I should say. And let's see if Forest City can do anything here on 3rd and 10. Does Forest City have a 1st down, Clyde?
No, none yet tonight.
Not even via penalty.
No.
And they're going to just hand it off here on third down. Now they're going to try to kick it to the outside, and there's just no running room for Andy Olson.
Olson tried going up the middle, bounced up right into his back of his own blocker.
And he lost 3 yards.
Tried going outside, and Bodie Higgins with his speed saw him going out there, just wrestled him down. Ball's at the 9-yard line.
I mean, they still, I think, have positive yardage maybe in the game offensively. It's got to be close.
It is going to be 3 yards, I think, total offense right now.
Ooh. Krutzinger going to punt from his own end zone again.
Yep, they're down to 3 yards total offense.
Krutzinger does get the leg into it there. It'll be at the 46. That's where Higgins takes it on the run to the 35, to the 30, and then he'll fall down there. But again, great field position for Spirit Lake.
Yeah, watch for...
Where are they going to mark it? Right at the 30.
No, we're going to have most of the starters coming back in, it looks like.
Maybe one more series.
One more series.
You know? Maybe they'll start rotating them in during this series.
They're going to start it at the Forest City 30-yard line. Hard to say what time is on the clock when it starts, so we don't even try and do that.
I put like ish. 8-ish. That's what I always say. 1st and 10 for Spirit Lake at the Forest City 30.
Yeah, Will Graves is in at quarterback right now.
Graves is going to keep it himself on 1st down. Will inside the 30, down to the 21-yard line. I'm make a note of that in my book here right away. 9 on 1st down makes it 2nd and 1 from the 21.
Jake Cornwall, the running back. See if we can catch some names here. Justin Ham is still out there. Tyler Voss is still out there.
Higgins is still out there. He's out there as a receiver right now. Well, check that. That's 14. That's Corbin Quans.
Yep.
He's in motion right now. Graves will hand it off. Cornwall inside the 20. Has the 1st down, and then there's a hole. There's the 10-5 touchdown.
Made that look really easy with great blocking up front again. Meerbeek on that right side just obliterated the line of scrimmage. And when Cornwall hit it right off the center and the guard, Cornwall looked to his right, and there was nobody there because just a great job by Meerbeek. Just blew it wide open.
Yeah, that offensive line deserves a lot of credit for Spirit Lake. They've had 2 really good weeks in a row. And it's not just, Cale Queering and Ethan Carlson, Evan Beck, Josiah McQuan, and Owen Meerbeek. But I think you got to throw Jake Wallin in there as well.
Yes,
because he's been on the line a lot tonight and has made a lot of nice blocks. Ham for an extra point. Snap. Ooh, it's low. They're going to have to roll. They'll throw towards the end zone. It'll be incomplete. So extra point, no good, but nothing hurt. 47-0 Spirit Lake. 6:32 to go here in the 3rd quarter. We're back in a minute on KUOO.
Craig Newell and his staff with Newell Orthodontics of Spirit Lake, Worthington, and Wyndham are well-trained, highly skilled, and licensed to provide the best quality orthodontic care. Newell Orthodontics is proud to help the community and wishes the best of luck to all local athletes throughout the season.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
Spirit Lake student-athletes have a long history of success on and off the field. Spirit Lake Community Schools is honored once again this year to recognize their dedication and cheer them on as they continue to make us proud with their accomplishments and character. We are Spirit Lake.
.632 to go 3rd quarter, and it's now 47-0 Spirit Lake. With Clyde Erkey, I'm Jason Jacobs. I want to say thanks to Michael back at Mission Control. Thanks to Tim Soper, the video engineer. You can watch this at Explore Kaboji Live Video. That's either at ExploreKaboji.com or at Explore Kaboji on YouTube or on the free CF video channel on Roku or Amazon Fire Stick. Kickoff for Ham And it will get to the end zone? Not quite, to the 4. And that's where it's going to be taken by, I think it's Robe Beery. Now he'll cut back to the right, and this is Thompson, and Thompson crosses the 20, the 30, to I think about the 32-yard line. Now we got a player down for Spirit Lake on the far side. And I see Coach running out there right now as well. Trainers are on the opposite side working. Maybe just a cramp, it looks like. I'm hoping that that's the case here. Ball at the 32-yard line.
They're going to mark it at the 32.
So Forest City with one of their better starting field positions here. 6:07 to go. Third quarter trailing 47-0.
They had one in the first half starting at their own 34, and, of course, it went 3 and out.
Yeah. They've all been 3 and out
They
tonight.
have nothing more.
Literally everything has been 3 and out. I don't even think they've had a penalty go their way.
No.
And they have not. And
I think Spirit Lake's got one penalty on the night, if I remember right, on that punt.
And it's Justin Ham, who's the injured Spirit Lake player.
Two
so
penalties.
He tracked down the runner there for Forest City, and I think it's like maybe it was just a cramp, which is good. He's walking back to the sideline on his own if you're listening on the radio end of things.
Yeah, they had the one holding penalty in the first half, and then that one where Bodie Higgins went out of bounds, came back in, and received the punt. So after the punt, they had to take and move him back some.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Forest City with 5 wide receivers and Dillevue by himself in the backfield. They will look to throw, and Dillevue's going to go downfield. Got a man and caught. In and out. That was acrobatic and almost brought in by Robe Beery. He had one hand on it, and he tried to bring it in, and then it kind of bounced out when he hit the ground.
Yeah, great try at that one. That would have been a fun one to watch.
Absolutely. So instead it'll be 2nd and 10 for Forest City from their own 32. And again, 47-0 Spirit Lake. Our broadcast tonight, thanks to Okoboji View and Pub 19, Interior Sewing by Lisa, Lakes Regional Healthcare, who had a nice tailgate here tonight, and Central Bank and Insurance. And a throw here coming up on 2nd down, and this one will be over the middle, and it's going to be short. They had a receiver open in Moore, but it was thrown short, incomplete. And again, heavy pressure.
Yeah.
And it'll be 3rd and 10 coming up.
We'll try and get some names here. Let's see who we got in there.
Tate Orpin is out there.
Yeah, Tate Orpin's there. Try and get some of the linemen there.
J.D. Schneider is out there now.
60. Bennett Lewis is on the left tackle.
Ryder Sundahl is at a defensive back position. 5 receivers again on 3rd down here for Dillevue and the Forest City Indians. And he'll throw, and he'll go downfield, and he'll overthrow Robe Beery, who's maybe a little gassed after he had to run that earlier this possession. So incomplete. 3 and out again for Forest City.
Well, he had to step on him. Robe Beery had to step on the defender back here. Defender was Tate Orpin.
Just a little overthrown. Yeah. And we're down to 4 minutes and 18 seconds in the third quarter. 47-0 Spirit Lake lead.
Ryder Sundahl will go back to receive this punt.
Okay.
Another one that's in there. Ethan Stecker is a back now, defensive back.
And the punter is Kretzinger again for Forest City. And the punt is off. And this one wobbles out of bounds.
Yeah, kind of shaky.
Well, no, it doesn't go out of bounds. Sundahl will pick it up at the 32. Now he'll race back to left. And now here comes the flags, blocking the back. Sundahl to the 40-yard line where he is tackled by number 7, Jackson Archer. But this will be coming farther back.
All kinds of them went in on that one. There's 3 hankies laying around where that one was. Pretty evident on that one.
So approximately 3 minutes and 40 seconds is when that happened. And they will mark it back at the 31-yard line of Spirit Lake. Because I think it's a 10-yard penalty.
10-yard penalty.
From the spot of the foul.
Yeah, the foul looks like it was at it's going to be at the 26 because the foul, I think, took place at about the 36.
And now they're going to say the 31.
Oh, they are.
For Spirit Lake. Well, unless they change it here with 3:05. I mean, clock is ticking.
Yeah, I was going to say, they got to move it back more.
Yeah, that's like, what, a 15-yard penalty, I want to say?
Going to be a 10-yarder.
10-yarder to the 27. All right. Will Graves will be the quarterback again for the Indians. He'll have J.D. Schneider in the backfield, it looks like, with him. Or he'll be one of the guys out there with him. So here's Graves in the shotgun. Ooh, kind of a wobbly snap, but he does get a pass off, and it'll be incomplete through the hands of the intended receiver. Was it Linebaugh? I think it might have been 29,
yep,
Simon
29.
Linebaugh.
Yep.
Well, that was a good job by Will Graves of getting rid of it after it was kind of bobbled as it kind of came up at him weird. So 2nd down and 10. Thank a few more of our sponsors, C&B Operations and Jerdy Collision Center. Thank you all. And we thank you for viewing and listening tonight.
And they'll just take their time here. Let this play clock run down.
17 seconds.
Yeah.
Just let this sucker move on down. Every single play. Just let it.
We get down below 5 seconds, and then he can snap it.
47-0 Spirit Lake. And now we're going to have time called here by Spirit Lake on 2nd down and 10 with a minute 41. We'll take a timeout as well. Back in 60 seconds on KUOO and Explore Kaboji live video.
Imagine a surgery with less pain, where it's minimally invasive. You have a faster recovery and you receive better results. At Lakes Regional Healthcare, the only hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery in Northwest Iowa, surgeons provided robotic surgeries for orthopedic, gynecological, and general surgical procedures such as hip and knee replacement, hysterectomies, colon resections, gallbladder removal, hernia repairs, and more. So when you need surgery, look to the only area hospital with comprehensive robotic surgery. Look to Lakes Regional Healthcare in Spirit Lake.
Whether it's a flooded basement or damaged carpets, Steamway Cleaning has the tools and professional service to restore the beauty of your floors. Steamway Cleaning also provides duct cleaning, odor removal, and much more, plus 24-hour emergency services. Call Steamway Cleaning in Spirit Lake.
For the best window and door solutions for your next project, choose superior quality to enhance the character of your home. Choose Marvin. Visit your local Marvin dealer. Consumer Lumber in Spirit Lake, Spencer, and Lake Park. Locally owned and operated since 1906.
He'll keep it himself up the right side, and he's fighting for yardage for Spirit Lake. Crosses the 35. They'll stop him at the 36. Give him a gain of 9 on that. He'll be just shy of a first down, it looks like.
Yeah, a broken play. He was expecting a guy coming in motion. The motion guy did not get there in time, so he had to pull it down and run. Did a good job of improvising.
And why do we have the clock stopped here?
They stopped it for something.
Forest City must have called the time or something.
It could be.
Okay, now they're going to start it up again here. That was a little weird. 3rd down and about a yard. Minute 18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Spirit Lake up 47-0. And 2 receivers each side for Will Graves. In the shotgun. High snap. Graves will just keep it himself. Kind of late to develop, and it's going to be brought down for Graves at the 34. He's going to lose a couple yards. And Spirit Lake may actually have to punt. They have not punted yet tonight. They had an interception in the first half. And I would say you might see Will Graves do like a quick kick here maybe. I do see Caleb Ryder's entering the game, and Caleb is
He's
listed
as the
punter.
And he goes back into pure punt formation.
Yes. You know, Spirit Lake, it's not uncommon for Coach Beloit's squads to just have the quarterback do like a quick kick, and now they're going to call timeout, and that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, had some mix-up on that one. Coach Beloit wants to get this punt team right.
And at the end of 3, Q102's got a good one. Still 7-6, Sibley Cheatham leading Okoboji after 3. We have 47-0 here, and a reminder of our upcoming sports schedule, Iowa High School Scoreboard Show, 10 to 11:30 this evening here on KUOO. And then tomorrow, of course, the Hawkeyes hosting South Dakota State. That's on Q102 tomorrow. Pregame at 9, kickoff at 11. Central Line at Spirit Lake Volleyball. Tuesday here on KUOO at 7. Hawk Talk Wednesday here from 6:30 to 8 on KUOO. Thursday, Okoboji at Sioux Center Volleyball on Q102 at 7. And next Friday, the Indians host Western Christian here on KUOO and Explore Okoboji live video at around 6:45. So a very busy week next week. Minnesota chocked full of events as well. 4th down and 3 at the 34. So here comes a punt for Spirit Lake. Ryder is back to punt. And Caleb's punt, sky-high punt, looking good. Great hang time. Does take a Forest City bounce to the 41, but you'll be happy with that if you're Spirit Lake.
No kidding. Way up in the air on that one.
So the punt to the Forest City 41-yard line. 8 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Forest City will not even get a playoff. That is the end of the third quarter. Spirit Lake 41-0 over Forest City. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. Fourth quarter coming up on KUOO.
Mean to be on a team. It means other people are depending on you. That's why the Bank Midwest team supports student athletes, because we know being part of a team teaches you a lot. So good luck to your team from ours. Bank Midwest. Member FDIC.
McKean's Pub and Grill in Spirit Lake has awesome nightly specials Tuesday through Saturday. Stop by after the game or any night and enjoy a great atmosphere and good times with friends at McKean's Pub and Grill.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm in Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
Northwest Iowa Bone, Joint, and Sports Surgeons have been providing excellent care to the community for the past 40 years. Their team offers specialized care, including sports medicine, as well as in-house physical therapy. Exceptional, dependable, local. Visit NWIABone.com.
We start the fourth quarter with Forest City trailing Spirit Lake 47-0. With Clyde Erkey, I'm Jason Jacobs. And Clyde, well, if you look at the last 10 years of Spirit Lake and Forest City, kind of mirrors a lot of those scores.
Yep. They've kind of dominated, Spirit Lake has.
Forest City with the ball on first down. It'll be thrown incomplete. Intended receiver was, well, a number I don't have. A number 3. So Forest City starting with the ball at their own 41. So second down coming up for Forest City.
Forest City's going to throw in a few extra substitutes now also. Go down a level on the depth chart.
Sure. Give some other guys playing time. Under center, I think it might still be Dillevue, the quarterback. We'll get that number here in a moment. They'll hand it off. And it'll be Thompson. Jack Thompson, number 4. Racing up to the 44-yard line and a pickup of 3. So it'll be third down and 7. And quarterback is still Dillevue. He is only a sophomore for Forest City. And I don't think he's necessarily looked bad tonight.
He's been pressured so much.
Yeah, I mean, how are you supposed to be able to do anything?
This defense is not allowing any of the running backs to get anywhere.
And he'll have a couple receivers here. He's going to hand it off. They'll get an end-around play here to Robe Beery. There's going to be, actually, it's not Beery, it's Clausen. Clausen is a first down and then some, but there are holds back here, I think.
We're going to have a holding out here in the end.
And the official signals holding. So on what would have been the first down of the evening for Forest City will be instead brought back due to a hold. And where are they going to?
From the spot of the foul, which I believe was about the 40-yard line, but.
Well, there's one flag at about the 40.5. Another was at the 38. They're going to mark it at the 28-yard line. So that is a big,
that's a 12-yard
loss.
12-yard penalty.
Well, and more than that, they were at the 44.
Yes, it
was.
16-yard penalty.
So third down and 17 here from the 27-yard line. And here we go. Third down, and they'll look to throw. Downfield, almost intercepted. They had Ethan Stecker downfield. Incomplete. And so it'll be fourth down and very long coming up here for Forest City under 10 minutes to go here in the ballgame, down 47.
Didn't quite see
to
it.
0.
Was that Ethan Stecker that got his hands on that one, I believe?
Yes, Ethan Stecker was the man downfield. And the punter, Krutzinger, is on the field in punt formation for Forest City. As we mentioned, Spirit Lake has Western Christian next week. Forest City will go to Clarion Goldfield Dows and try to get back on the winning side of things. That one is almost blocked. It'll bounce at the 40 and get away from that, guys. And it'll be down by Forest City at the 39.
Ryder Sundell thought about coming up and grabbing that, but wisely stayed away from it.
The Spirit Lake 39-yard line, and that's where the Indians will take over. About 8.5 to go, under 8 minutes and 30 seconds now in the ballgame. Up big, 47-0. Forest City's district to the east is that district that Spirit Lake saw Osage come out of last year. You'll recall they had to go all the way to Osage.
Yep.
So they have Crestwood, Osage, Clear Lake, New Hampton, and Garner Hayfield Ventura as their district.
That'd be District 3?
That's District 3.
3, yep.
And here is 1st and 10, and then Spirit Lake will have a handoff. Try a little end around here, and it's number 20, Joey Brown, a senior into the ball game, racing forward to the 40. What are they going to mark him? 46-yard line, a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down and 4. Under 8 to go. Indians, again, it's year 2 of a 2. We're back to the 2-year deals.
Yep.
So Spirit Lake's district will be at Pocahontas, at home against OABCIG and ELC, and then at Clarion and at Southeast Valley. Here's a handoff on 2nd down. Not a lot of running room that time for the back, who was number 30, Tate Orpin. But he will get a couple,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think he got a couple out of that one.
He's going to fall forward to the 48-yard line.
It was developed to where it's supposed to go off the right side. He saw the opening on the left, took it, and got a couple of yards out of it.
Makes it 3rd down and 2. They need midfield. And Graves will hand off, and they'll get that 1st down for Orpin and then some. He'll be tripped up at the 45-yard line. So should be a gain of 6 or 7 depending on the spot. We'll give him 7 to the 45-yard line of Forest City. Chains move again for Spirit Lake.
6:20 in running.
Well, no, they're not going to be. It's a penalty, and it looked like there was a hold.
Okay. So we erased that one.
Way on the far side of the field, there was a hole. And ball instead is going to be placed back, so erase that. Penalty will move them back to the 40, about 43-yard line, a loss of 5.
Yep.
Got a score update from Y100. It's Southeast Valley 22, Emmetsburg 14 after 3. That's a good game on Y100. Now, Southeast Valley, of course, defending state champs in Class 2A. Emmetsburg's had to go up 2 class sizes last week. Now they got to go up to 2A this week to go to Southeast Valley. And they're hanging with Southeast Valley, who I don't think they're going to be bad, even though they graduated quite a bit. Here's a throw on 3rd down and 8. It'll be incomplete. And 4th down coming up, and Spirit Lake will opt to punt here with 5:26 to go in the 4th quarter, and the clock ticking up 47-0.
That last play, Will Graves had a quick out to the left side, did like a wide receiver screen up 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, but he short hopped that ball. Knew it right away, too. Just did not have a good grip on it. Short hopped it in there, and he's just pounding his fist right away.
I want to say thanks to the venue, Northwest Iowa Bone Joint and Sports Surgeons, and MHR Insurance for sponsoring our broadcast. And there is a nice-looking punt again from Spirit Lake's Caleb Ryder, and it'll be downed at the 21-yard line. Excellent punt.
Well, we know if you have to punt, we've got a punter out there.
Absolutely.
Clock continues to run here, 4:40 and counting.
And Forest City, at their own 21 here. And Forest City, I think, as good as they probably felt after week 1, they probably realized we've got some things to work on here in week 2.
Yeah, They saw a defense tonight that is very, very aggressive, very fast, very powerful, rushing up there hard, and they had a hard time dealing with it.
I don't know much about what's coming back out of that district over there. I mean, you know Clear Lake is a perennial power.
Yep.
You know New Hampton had a good team last year. Osage had a good team last year. Garner was down. There's going to be a run on first down. Nice-looking run for Forest City there. The runner is number 1, Robe Beery.
Yeah, out to about the 29, it looks like.
Yep.
Nice 8-yard pickup.
Right, yep. So that's going to make it 2nd down and 2. So, I mean, I don't think you, throw up big-time red flags if you're Forest City necessarily, but certainly we'll have some film work after this one. Here's 2nd down and 2. They're going to hand off at the middle. I think a fumble. And Forest City lands back on top of it.
Should be enough for a first down. First one, I believe, of the night.
It was, and I believe it's James Hagan. Yes. James Hagan, the sophomore. They'll give him the 31-yard line. Got what he needed. And Forest City, with their first down of the night, comes with about 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the ball game. That's a good sign for the Spirit Lake defense.
Yes, very much.
We felt good about this defense after last week facing 4A Spencer and keeping their offense in check. Tonight really feel good. Here's a throw, and it'll be downfield. They got a man. It's caught. That's number 7, Jackson Archer. It looks like he was right at that first down marker.
I think they're going to give him another one on this.
I think so, too. And it looks like he got maybe about an extra yard there than what he needed. He needed the 41. They'll mark him at the 42. And good-looking throw, and I believe that was still Dillevue with the toss out there to Archer, a junior. So 1st and 10 for City, 2:14 to go in this one. Post-game show on the way with Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. 47-0 Spirit Lake if you're just joining us. An Iowa High School scoreboard show later tonight. 1st and 10 from the 42, and Forest City will hand off a delayed handoff here to Hagan. Hagan across the 45. Took a while for that one to develop and kind of some misdirection.
Well, I think he was supposed to go left and nothing there, so he reversed directions, went back out to the right. And you noticed, I think it was, who was that, 24? J.D. Schneider coming from that middle linebacker position. When he was out there, Schneider goes to the right side where the play is formulating, saw that the runner's going back to his right, so he took off to the left and had to run him down from behind.
2nd down and 5. Minute 20 to go. Single receiver each side. Under center is Dillevue. And Dillevue is going to get sacked. Well, now we got official throwing a...
Well, just a beanbag showing where he's down.
Okay.
Yep.
That is, I'm going to call that a sack.
Yeah, the ball might have come out and he just squirted back on it, but that is definitely a sack.
Back at the 42-yard line, another McKean's Pub and Grill sack. Somebody wins a free cheeseburger basket. Sign up at explorekoboji.com on the homepage. All right, let's get some third quarter scores here, Clyde. HMS has gotten in front of Galen Catholic now 37-21.
Clock's ticking down to 40 seconds and counting in the game.
Still 7-6 Sibley Cheaton leading Okoboji after 3 on Q102. Here's a throw on 3rd down. Almost intercepted through the hands of Tate Orpin.
And he had a lot of green space in front of him on that one. In fact, I think that's what he was looking at.
He's got a little too excited.
Yeah, right through the hands.
4th down and 10. That's going to probably do it.
Yeah.
Other scores after 3. BHRV tied with Western Christian 20-all. We'll see Western Christian next week here in Spirit Lake. West Lyon leads ELC 36-14. Sheldon leading Sibley Cheaton 7-zip. It's West Sioux all over Sioux Center 45-14. And Central Lyon George Little Rock is going to remain undefeated. They lead Sergeant Bluff Luton 42-0. Normally very competitive Sergeant Bluff Luton squad. And that's going to do it for us here tonight at Hafer Field in Spirit Lake. Spirit Lake with a win over Forest City, 47-0 to go to 2-0 on the young season. Let's take a 3-minute timeout. Post-game show on the way with Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. That's on the way in 3 minutes on KUOO and ExploreKaboji.com.
Taste the Islands at Snapper's Turtle Bay Cafe at Parks Marina. We're open daily at 11 with delicious island-style entrees and daily specials that include a local favorite island tacos, a close second to the lobster mac and cheese, or maybe you prefer the Boathouse burger. Seared ahi tuna salad at 11 for lunch and dinner all year long.
Feel your best inside and out with Drip Okoboji. IV hydration can help you with energy, athletic recovery, hydration, weight loss, in addition to cold and flu symptoms, food poisoning, and gout relief. Reboot, recover, and repair with Drip Okoboji. Visit us online to schedule at dripokoboji.com.
Okoboji Realty is a proud supporter of the Spirit Lake athletes and all the young athletes involved and driven for success. Good luck from Amy Maris and Mickey Harrington, real estate agents with Okoboji Realty. Dedicated to community, dedicated to you.
McKean's Pub and Grill in Spirit Lake has awesome nightly specials Tuesday through Saturday. Stop by after the game or any night and enjoy a great atmosphere and good times with friends at McKean's Pub and Grill.
Whether it's a flooded basement or damaged carpets, Steamway Cleaning has the tools and professional service to restore the beauty of your floors. Steamway Cleaning also provides duct cleaning, odor removal, and much more, plus 24-hour emergency services. Call Steamway Cleaning in Spirit Lake.
This is Scott Troutman with State Farm in Spirit Lake. All across the country, drivers are reaping the rewards of safer driving with the updated Drive Safe and Save app, where you can earn a discount of up to 30%. Call Scott Troutman State Farm at 336-2499.
Dr. Craig Newell and his staff with Newell Orthodontics of Spirit Lake, Worthington, and Wyndham are well-trained, highly skilled, and licensed to provide the best quality orthodontic care. Newell Orthodontics is proud to help the community and wishes the best of luck to all local athletes throughout the season.
Pizza Ranch of Spirit Lake is proud to sponsor the great local athletes in the Iowa Great Lakes. When great food meets great prices, it has to be Pizza Ranch. Pizza, chicken, salad, whatever you're in the mood for, it has to be Pizza Ranch in Spirit Lake.
Spirit Lake student athletes have a long history of success on and off the field. Spirit Lake Community Schools is honored once again this year to recognize their dedication and cheer them on as they continue to make us proud with their accomplishments and character. We are Spirit Lake.
Doctors Norland and Cornwall and the entire staff of the Eye Care Center would like to remind athletes to do your best and have a great season. When you have eye care needs, visit the Eye Care Center just north of the hospital in Spirit Lake. The Eye Care Center is proud to offer you professional service and personal care for all your eye care needs. The Eye Care Center has a large selection of quality eyeglass frames and the most up-to-date styles. Call today to make an appointment with the professionals at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake.
The post-game show from Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake, and it's all Spirit Lake over Forest City tonight, 47-0. With Clyde Erke, I'm Jason Jacobs. Tim Soper, the video engineer. Thanks to Michael Petska, audio engineer back at KUOO Mission Control this evening. And Indians go to 2-0 on the year, Clyde Erke, and let's get the rundown on some of the numbers. Offense had a good night.
Well, they had a great night. And they distributed the wealth all over the place. That was another good thing. They kept the guys fresh. But I wish I had some defensive stats to see how many tackles Cornwall had, how many Tyler Voss had, how many Caleb Lee had, how many Bodie Higgins had, and all for losses.
Yeah.
They were relentless getting in there and just getting in that backfield and disrupting the plays. But
feasting.
And all over them. And when they did roll out to pass or went to pass, how about the coverage downfield?
Very good downfield.
I mean, he never could find anybody open to even try and throw to. So I thought the defense played outstanding again tonight, and all the way up and down the lineup on the defense. It was no one person in particular. So great job out there by the Spirit Lake defense. Offensively wise, I do have some stats on that, and they did put up some big numbers. But they did it because of a great offensive line again. We watched some of those holes develop as they were running through them. I think I might even be able to run through them at my age. And I'm old, fat, and slow.
I'd kind of like to see that.
Well, Tim could tape it for us. That would just be scary right there.
Yeah, My old brittle bones do not feel like getting beat around, but
you're
right. That line is it's a huge hole.
Huge hole. So Bodie Higgins on the night, 12 carries for 99 yards. Now, granted, he had a 60-yarder on that one, but still 30, almost 40 yards after that. Caden Hassel, 1 carry for 10 yards. Jake Cornwall, 4 carries, 77 yards. Big night for Jake to spell Bodie Higgins. Will Graves, 3 carries, 16. Tyler Voss on that inside dump pass, or dump a little play. 3 carries, 19 yards on that. Braden Teesfeld had the 1 carry with no yards gained. Cade Lunt even had 4 carries for 40 yards. Joey Brown, 1 carry for 7. Tate Orpin, 1 carry for 2 yards. Spreading it out really nice in that regards. Receiving-wise, Bodie Higgins, 1 catch, 18 yards. Higgins had 3 touchdowns on the night, 117 yards of total offense for Bodie Higgins. Drew Elger, 1 catch, 8 yards. Caden Hassel, 2 catches, 15. Those are 2 really big catches in that first half. Total yards, he had 25 on the night. Here, Tyler Voss, 1 catch for 39 yards. Had a great night, 58 yards total offense. 1 catch for Jake Wallin for 7 yards. And that would about do it there for the receiving. So Cade Lunt, 7 completions on 13 attempts for 87 yards, had the 1 interception on the night. I believe Will Graves had some out there too. Yeah, he had 2 passes with no completions in that second half. But great night offensively for the Spirit Lake Indians. Had them for 13 first downs, so same as in the first half, but they didn't need him in the second half. They had the big run to get the continuous clock, and it just kept running from there. 30 rushes for 270 yards. That's averaging 9 yards a carry.
Yeah, it was, like I said, the hole was big.
15 passes, 7 completions, 87 yards, averaging 12.4 yards a catch. 357 yards total offense on the 47-0 victory. For the Forest City Indians, let's take a look at what they got here. Robe Beery had 2 carries for 11 yards. Jack Thompson, 1 carry for 3 yards. That was their big ones, and that was late in the game. That was their carries late in the game. Delavu had 4 carries for -11. This is going to be telltale sign right here because this is your starters. Olson had 10 carries for -5 yards.
Yeah,
10 carries, -5 yards.
Didn't go well.
Hagan, one of the second in there, had 2 carries for 6 yards. Receiving wise, Kellen Moore, 1 catch for 6. Thompson, 1 catch for 6, and Jackson Archer, 1 for 11. 3 for 17 on the night for Delavu, 23 yards. For the totals for tonight, for the Forest City Indians, 2 first downs, both of them late in the game. They had 19 carries or 19 rushes tonight for a total of 4 yards. They had 17 pass attempts, 3 completed, 23 yards total of passing, 27 yards of total offense for the Forest City Indians.
Let's bring in Spirit Lake head football coach Josh Beloit here on the post-game show from Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. Very, very good performance here tonight, Coach. And let's start with the defense again because even though the offense had a good night, defense just was dominant tonight.
Yeah, guys fit really, really well. I thought we tackled well early. Played on their side of the line of scrimmage a lot during the night, which was huge, So great fits by our D-line linebackers. Other DBs did a great job in coverage early. And, just played a really complete game defensively. So
yeah, they came out and it kind of looked like they were going to maybe try to spread it out and throw here a little bit early on, but things didn't go well there, and they really had no luck up the middle, I felt like.
No, I thought we did a really good job stopping the run game, and then they had a couple rollouts early to the weak side, but our guys were in really good position there, and Dylan Stecker had great coverage on the one. He stuck one in there kind of between Thiesfeld and Will Graves for a nice catch, but we held him there. Huge special teams night for us, I felt like, as well. And then offensively, I just thought we had a really good rhythm and tempo. Obviously we weren't flawless on anything tonight, but there was a lot of really good things, and I thought our guys responded well when we were in adverse situations. Some really good runs, some really great outfield blocks. Again, our offensive line had a phenomenal night. It's just really fun, guys. You watch film, you watch Evan Beck just making blocks downfield, and holy cow, he's just burying people, and it's really cool to see. And our whole line did a great job, but that guy has a ton of pancake blocks every game. So
he had some really big ones, but the other big one I saw, Meerbeek over on that right side on that big run, just obliterated that right side of that left side of the defense.
He did. Josiah McQuan had a huge block on power up here. All those guys did a great job, and so thought we had some good downfield blocks by our wide receivers as well. And again, Bodie and Jake Cornwall ran really, really hard. So Other thing, I thought Cade did a good job of running tonight. Took off a couple times and got some big first downs that way, and that's big. We need to do that when it's there, and I thought he did that well.
And I thought he had some smart passes there, too, some good ones. Only where his receiver could catch it tonight, so you can see him develop in that regards. The other thing I thought was very nice was when Bodie Higgin can step in for Lillimandir on that defensive side and had some great plays out there.
Yeah, it's going to be great to get Lally back this week, but, it's nice for Bodie's a great linebacker, and for him to be able to jump in there and play. And really, Will Ditzworth came in tonight and really made some big plays for us as a sophomore again, played the second, third, fourth series of defense, had some big plays. And, it's great to have guys come in like that. Again, Caleb Lee, I thought had a great night for us defensively. Again, Jake, Tyler Voss. I thought Jake Wallin was going to get his first touchdown for us tonight.
I thought so, too.
Very close.
Yeah, it's really not Voss, but that catch by Voss again in the first half.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Again, a lot of players that can get involved, which is so important because then you have the fresh legs, especially later in the season.
Yeah, Caden Hassel really had a great night for us, too. Had some big catches there and finished, had some really good blocks. No, just a lot of guys I thought made plays for us, and that's the key for us is to continue to each guy develop. We only get better when everybody gets better, and I thought we got better tonight.
So after that game last week with Spencer, you go into the practice this week, Coach. What do you look at as far as for a team? Do you develop, just try and execute what you had going, or do you work on certain things?
Yeah, I mean, both. Just trying to continue to develop to grow, and I think in practice you don't grow unless you have some adversity. So try to challenge them and put them in some difficult situations. Try to add and build off of what you do well offensively. I thought we did that tonight. Some plays that we added in there, I thought they did a good job. And it's just, first full week of school, I think it's a challenge. Had a hot week. Felt like it was a challenge for our guys to stay focused. And, just really challenge them every day that we want to be better today than we were yesterday. And if we can continue to do that, we should be all right. So.
Finish up the non-district play next week at home against Western Christian, and I know they will always bring an athletic bunch, and it looks like they've been competing here in the early games.
Yeah, I think this is the best team I've seen on film yet. I watched quite a bit of film of them this week. I watched their West Line game. Very, very athletic, very physical. It's going to be a really tough matchup. It'll be fun for us. I think it's going to be a great challenge for us that we need to face. They're going to have a mobile quarterback. Throws it well, spread the field, good run game, and we got to get ready for some of that stuff in district play. So I'm excited for it. It'll be a challenge for our guys, and we need it, and hope we get better this week. So
good luck this week. We'll see you next Friday, okay?
Thanks a lot, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thanks so much, Coach. Appreciate it. Spirit Lake head football coach Josh Beloit joining us here on the postgame show from Doctors Norland and Cornwall at the Eye Care Center in Spirit Lake. Clyde, anything to finish this one up here tonight?
A great win. It's one of those where, it'd be interesting to hear what Coach had to say to the group out there at midfield at the end of this game. Dominating performance, I thought, on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And you kept legs fresh because you distributed the wealth between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different players running the football tonight. That keeps fresh legs on a hot, humid night.
A good week for number 9 in 2A Spirit Lake, as they will next week host Western Christian. And the coach says that Western Christian, you beat Westline. I know they probably graduated quite a bit of kids from last year's really good team. Anytime you beat Westline, that's saying something, folks.
It is.
And I know they were in a game here with BHRV, which is another very good program. So it'll be a good test next week for these Spirit Lake Indians. So with that said, I think we'll wrap up our broadcast here tonight. Again, a reminder, Iowa High School scoreboard show 10 to 11:30 tonight, and the Hawkeyes tomorrow on Q102, 9 o'clock pregame, kickoff at 11 as they host South Dakota State. No coaches show tomorrow. We take the holiday weekend off. That'll resume next week. Good job by Tim on the video tonight. Great job by Michael back at Mission Control and all of our wonderful sports sponsors. Most importantly, thanks for listening to you. I'm Jason Jacobs for Clyde Erke. Good night from Spirit Lake High School.